session now properly. Greetings, everybody, and welcome once more to Fall of Avanswell. I hope everybody's having a fine Wednesday evening and is ready for some action. As we can see, there was a battle that we paused at the end of last session because we didn't want to go that late, and it was already a little late. Happens, but before we get into that, everything that's going on in the session, what happened last time, and all those different things, we do have introductions. Of course, myself. Hi, here I am, GM here, Dracovin, here to lead these players on an adventure and continue the insanity that has been everything that happens with them. Insanity, is that a good word for it? Sure, we'll go with insanity. But
insane here.
Our characters should definitely give a little introduction to themselves. So I posed a question earlier today, and it was a pretty simple, but could be complex question, depending on the character. And, I went for the, what is your favorite drink at a tavern? That's an interesting one. Because it also can express what type of tavern you like to go to, what kind of drinks you want, all those different things. So we'll have some people roll some D20s, and we'll see who speaks first.
Get that one out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Turn over to Jessie, because you're always apparently the first one after me.
The usual.
The chances are slim, but this happens a lot more than you think.
I think I can count on one hand the number of times I haven't gone first.
Normally, if you're not first, you're normally second.
That's true.
Yes.
That's very true. I'm Jessie. I'm playing Calder Wrynn, the human gunslinger. Calder's a very basic person. If he goes to a bar, he's only drinking one of two things: either just water or very watered down beer. Like, what's it called? Grog?
Yeah, that'd be grog.
So
Yeah.
it's either just you just want some water, or you want the like cheap, everybody gets some alcohol kind of thing like that.
Yeah, because Calder hates spending money, but he's also like a turbo lightweight and can't hold alcohol at all.
Makes sense then. All right.
Like, he's a huge prude.
Probably less because it's a prude, less by like being morally against drinking and more for I can't handle a drink, and also it costs a lot. I get it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right.
Lightweight.
Will we turn our directions over to Joe or his character?
Lightweight. No.
Hi, I'm Joe. I play Umbrin Wisespark, the Liminal Fetchling Animist. And I would I think Umbrin would like a nice glass of wine.
That's fair. I can see that.
Yeah.
Nothing, fancy, just standard wine. And he's happy.
Like the local brew of wine, the like bottles that come from the local vineyards, just a simple kind of like this year's thing, the bottle that was just opened this afternoon. I get it, a little bit of wine, just a simple one. And then finally, at our natural one, we turn to Wyrm.
I'm Diamond Wyrm, and I play Ixbanor, the awakened Ferret Sorcerer, Alchemist. And I usually just get water because most of the things that are served at a bar kill me, but occasionally I'll get a glass of milk.
That's fair.
Yep.
I was going to say the lightest of lightweights.
Even milk isn't good for me, but at least it doesn't instantly kill me.
Yeah, true.
You are very tiny.
I'm very tiny and did not evolve to have. Ferrets do not evolve to have any sort of like poison resistance in the way that humans have.
Well, last time was some interesting adventures of information finding and kind of determining. While your good mechanical friend Talk was getting a basically new upgraded bio-robotic body, kind of like cyborg body, maybe I would call it, kind of thing like that. I think we described it as kind of akin to like a Terminator or something like that, more like that.
Not like an android.
Yeah, android. So there's like, biological components, but like a mechanical core, some kind of upgrade like that. But while it's taking that time, you went and got some research done and some adventures done. You found out about a few things. You basically determined what you need to do. You determined that you need to get some kind of, if you just want to just try to fly up to the entrance to the upper tower, which I'm guessing, some people did back in the day. There was also some flying vehicles which could be taken from nearby buildings. You found out about 4 of them. So that was the first thing. The other thing you found out about is there will be some kind of ritual you're going to need to do to unlock the way up into the giant star above from that area. You're not sure the exact nature of that, but you were kind of looking into that. Finding out about the vehicles, you scouted out the areas they were in, and you discovered that one of them had 2 gardeners near a garden. One of them had a whole bunch of things in like a large, I would call it almost like station kind of things, a lot of guards. And one of them was kind of wrecked up with a broken guard nearby. You decided, basically after having a small encounter with the 2 gardeners, to go beat them up. And that's what they're in the middle of, beating up some security gardeners, which is the weirdest thing to say, but I'm gonna say it. They're security gardeners. They technically are.
They moonlight as gardeners.
True.
More like they moonlight as bouncers and daylight as gardeners.
Okay, which one is this? Is this what I want to use?
Well, I say moonlight as gardeners because I think they're built for security, but they...
Sure, we'll do this one.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll just dive back into where we were, which we were at the top of the initiative, and we had just finished up, let me just see here, where we had, yes. We just had one of the sentries beat up on an Umbrin, and some others, and we've turned up to an Ixbanor. It looks at the top of the initiative order.
Yep.
So,
let's see. How do I want to do this?
I also need to open up you. Put you over here where I can see you. Cool, great. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak action out of the mist.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm still hidden.
Yeah.
I think attacking from stealth just makes them off guard.
I believe that is true. They would just be off guard.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna.
One's almost dead.
Yeah, but that's still through the smoke, so I would.
Yeah, you would. True.
Or he'd be concealed.
He'd be concealed because it's on the other side of it. So you can target the one that's. I think it's damaged. No, it's not. You haven't hit that one at all.
Yeah.
Only one has taken a lot of hits.
We kind of been
I mean,
focusing.
That's kind of important to focus, but for now I'm going to not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm like, okay, there's something I should be doing here, and then my brain finally clicked. Oh, I need to open my sheet to do stuff.
That does help.
Technically.
Does.
That should be important.
Sorry, bit of brain dead. So we're going to do.
Let me.
They were
put this
doing
guy
I
off
forget.
guard if you're targeting him, just so that it's on for now. There we go.
I don't remember if lightning was good against them.
Yes, it was.
Yes, electricity is very effective.
I thought so. Okay. And now, Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. I need to reduce the weight because it loves to pop in at medium size. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. It
Now I-
definitely needs to be medium-sized for you as a tiny little guy.
It's actually got to be large size.
Okay. Well, it will definitely hit the sentry.
I think Talas also takes that 2 damage.
Oh, splash.
Yeah. I will hit the damage for this one, which should be extra. There we go. And then we'll turn off guard, because that should be your 3 actions. Move, prepare.
And Talas takes the splash,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
move, draw,
Yeah.
mix throw, because a mix throw in 1 action.
All right. The other sentry. Well. I guess it's going to...
It's dazzled, too. I forget what dazzled
It's likely to
does.
die at the end of this turn when it takes its
Dazzle-
persistent damage.
Dazzle makes creatures
concealed to
concealed.
you. Yeah, it's got a lot of persistent
Oh,
damage.
nice.
It was prone. So I guess we'll have it stand up as one of its actions. And I guess what it's going to do...
I'm no longer concealed because I struck that guy. Oh wait, I just realized 5 splash radius. This guy's within range, so he should have taken the splash damage.
Oh yeah, the 2 splash.
Splash that
No. Other guy.
No, that guy. No,
No,
I'm talking about
that
that
was
guy.
the right guy.
Oh my bad.
He's dead. He doesn't get his turn.
Yeah, I forgot.
because the splash would have done 10 extra.
Yeah.
Yep.
10.
Yeah.
That is how that works.
Yeah. You know, so yeah, that made the difference.
Doesn't get a turn.
He doesn't get a turn.
I just remembered that.
Yes. If you targeted and hit so that Talas would get the splash, yes, he would get the splash too. He was diagonally next
Yep,
to him.
because it's a 5-foot burst around the target. So
Yeah.
basically.
Nope, makes sense.
Down to 1.
Mm-hmm. He definitely would have been dead at the end of his turn if you had it.
No, I know he was going to be dead at the end of his
So,
turn no matter what.
Talas
but-
is no longer grabbed.
Yay.
and he'll
That's
stand up.
good. Because the thing that was grabbing him, I believe, is dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I mean, you could argue that like, oh, it's locked tight, and so he has to still escape. But
I could, just because of the nature of them. They do have a special ability that hasn't come up called Arrest, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. You're not sure. We'll just say he's still got the thing grabbed on him.
God damn it. You had to make that suggestion.
We have a Benedict Arnold in this party. We're playing with the turncoat. He's playing against us.
Like, Talas hasn't gone through enough, man.
well, he's still gonna stand up. Actually, can he stand up?
Yeah, you can stand
actually,
while,
no. No.
Oh, no,
he
'cause
can't
he's
use any actions that have the
immobilized.
move trait.
Yeah, he's immobilized.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. He can try and
Okay.
get free.
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
trying to
trying
get
to
free and then stand up.
Okay, where is gate? Yeah, unarmed or that's either. I think athletics is better
Probably.
He's pretty athletic.
because he's massive. Versus it's something DC fortitude. Do you think?
For what? Trying to.
Escape.
It's the athletics DC, not fortitude.
Yeah, and that still gets it no matter what. I'm gonna tell you, both DCs you would have gotten there. So
Okay,
yeah,
so he escapes.
he like kind of throws it off there and then kind of gets it off of him. Urgh.
Then he'll stand up. Then he'll raise his shield. We'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like
Funny
kind of like
attack where you,
raise
you
it
can
up.
Raise his shield and attack.
It's a move. It's a
Oh.
2-action thing that's move,
That's right. Okay.
raise shield attack. So it's 3 actions
Got
for
it.
2 rather than 1 action.
Got it.
All right. Then we move on to Calder.
All right.
Hey,
I'm
you're the
going-
only one who hasn't been hit.
True. I'm gonna activate another piece of elemental ammunition.
Ooh.
Execute the bitch.
Fire.
Oh,
All right
nice.
then. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that hits.
Kaboom. Yes,
That should be critical rolled, so I'll just hit the damage for this because it's already rolled the critical.
I assume Talas takes splash damage.
Yeah, he has to take the 2 splash. But
I think Talas has taken more damage from us than from the
Yes.
enemy.
But you just did a massive amount of damage to.
Mhm.
But
No.
then he has to make the fortitude save or be stunned.
All right.
Oh, I should no longer be concealed
is that
and
the
stuff because
proper
I
one?
attacked.
Let me just make sure.
I think he has a
He will
pretty decent chance
succeed.
of- Yeah, fair enough. Just barely. I will then.
It was actually an exact 50-50 chance for him. So.
I will then use a running reload
Mhm.
to stride and put another piece of elemental ammunition in my gun. That is it for my turn.
It is going to activate its sudden siege as you.
I'm. Oh yeah, that's right.
As you move because you. Let me just show you this here.
It
Because
has
you moved within
reach.
its reach of 10 feet.
Right. They can attempt to
You
grab
you have
people who
seen that
move.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it is going to make an athletics to grapple you. Let me roll. I'm just going to put out its grab here because I can roll off of that for a grapple.
Yeah. As long as you're targeting me.
Let me do that. Target. There we go. And then you roll. Correct. All right. So yeah. So it'll kind of like
Ah, damn.
reach out a hand as you're trying to run by, and like grab you by the shoulder, like you are under arrest.
Bullshit. Umbrin, kill him.
Uh-huh.
Easier said than done, sir.
Umbrin.
You got lightning spells, don't you?
No.
Oh, well, fair enough.
If I
He's
did,
a
I
di-
would have been using them.
He's mostly a divine caster. They don't get a lot of lightning, I don't think.
That is very true. I've confused him for an occult.
I want to move my thing, but I can't grab it.
Your token?
No, not my token. My
Oh, you have to actually be on the draw a thing tool
Oh,
to
okay.
grab it and move it. The measurement tool. Grab it.
Measurement or draw?
It's measurement. I said draw, but I meant
yes. Okay. There we go. For my first action, I will move that over there.
Okay.
Because, damage is damage.
Yep.
And...
The Earth over.
Where are you, Earth Spile?
Yep. Spiral.
There we
Erupt forth. Okay.
It gets a reflex.
Yep. I will roll its reflex. It will succeed.
So
Okay,
half
so it'll
damage
Take
'cause
half.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me hit the half damage for this from there. So let's take some fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage is damage.
It is true. And that was one action thing just to get some damage in. So it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Because I learned that the Radiant Beam didn't do crap.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because they're immune to spirit damage.
But again, you probably never really fought a lot of these things, so you might not even know.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Let's see. What is this one? I'm just looking through my damages.
Yeah.
Okay, spirit damage will work.
Okay.
So I will cast. Let me target him.
Mm-hmm.
Moonlight Ray.
Moonlight Ray.
So let me roll my attack.
That does spirit damage and cold damage. So I guess
Yeah,
you just...
it's the spirit
Oh,
is only
if it's unholy
if
trait.
it's
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, you rolled a critical
Nice.
hit.
Well, that is good. So let me roll my damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Crap
not a
damage.
lot of damage.
That
But
actually
still
was
some
a very bad roll.
It happens.
Still, it's you can do double that, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
still
still
22
weakened.
damage. It's not bad.
Oh yeah, no, it's still a good hit.
Oh, it's almost dead. Wow.
Yeah. That
yeah.
42 damage was a lot.
lightning crit. Calder's
Yeah, that
lightning
did a
crit
lot, yeah.
did
It did
a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah. All right. So that's your 3 actions. So we move on to it. Well, I guess it's going to start with it's just gonna use its other fist and raise it up and just pound it down on Calder with his pneumatic swing. So I'm just gonna activate that. Let me.
Funny part, it
Target
might
you.
die at the end of its turn.
Wow! It will miss you
Thank
with
God.
that.
Oh, that was Umbrin. It still misses, but yeah.
Why was I targeting Umbrin? Oh, you were
You
still.
have me and him.
Yeah, it was another thing where two tokens
I had it.
ended
I
up-
had it removed. You.
But 21 still misses barely.
Yeah. All right. You know what? It's going to use another fist on you then.
No.
You are under arrest.
I'm not going back.
It's gonna miss again. A roll of 5.
And now it's going to take electrical damage and possibly die.
Well, it'll just it's gonna do
Oh,
one
no,
more
it still
thing.
has another.
It has one more attack, and it's gonna do it. And it's just going to, honestly, try to blast you, Umbrin, and miss. And roll 2.
Yes.
Wow, it did not roll well. Let's find out if it lives.
Almost max, not bad.
Well, it doesn't recover.
Failed.
I might
It's
roll
not
damage
dead
for it.
24 though.
It is not dead. Ixbanor.
persistent damage.
Finish it.
Finish him.
Finish him.
I'll just do a spell just so that way it's yeah, you know what? Reaction. Force barrage.
All right.
You yeah, so 24 plus 1
Okay. Mm-hmm.
for each action, right? Yeah. I do
Mhm.
that 3 times because of the way this works.
Mhm. Okay. So, it's dead.
Let's go.
It was actually at 1. That persistent damage
What?
did it
Okay.
24 out of its 25 health.
So if I
I
roll 2
swear,
4s instead of a 3 and 4,
We
we're
end
dead.
at things with 1 HP so often.
I
True.
was like looking at that. I'm like, this is ridiculous that you managed to not kill it on that persistent damage because it takes an extra 10.
Yeah.
And it was already
Here.
taking double because of the crit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Hey, why don't you come over here, little one?
I'm just gonna end
Do
encounter.
they, I'm gonna pry their fingers off. Is there anything on them that I might be able to take?
theoretically, you could take components from them, but whether or not you'd understand what to do with any of those components, that's a question that I cannot answer.
But no, like, tangible items.
No. Like, their blaster seems to be built into part of their back. Their fist with the pneumatic swing seems to be built into its hand, you know. It does... Actually, no, there's one thing you could probably get out of there. If you kind of, like, look within their wrists, they seem to have, like, gigantic or like, person-sized manacles you could remove, so you could get a couple sets of manacles if you wanted. Pretty nice ones.
I could see us getting some use out of these.
Yeah,
what grade manacles?
Ooh. What are the different grades? I have to look that up.
Poor, simple, average, good, and superior.
Probably good.
Ooh, good manacles.
Yeah.
One pair or two pair?
Each one would have their own pair.
Okay, so...
Because if they manage to critical grab you and restrain you, then they could basically automatically arrest you, which is put you in manacles.
Oh, put manacles on you.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
I have added them to my sheet. Those may come in handy.
They also have
It's a surprise tool.
gardening gear. Like a set of shears and stuff like that. They're really nice shears. If you want to
Does it
be
include a shovel? Because we needed a shovel at one point.
Well,
True.
we all healed too.
Nice. I'm undamaged. I'm living on Easy Street.
Oh, that can do that by selecting both of us. That's really handy.
So, about
I will
that,
do that again with the staff.
Now, where's that flying vehicle?
So, having defeated the guardians / gardeners here, it did do a little bit of damage to the garden, but otherwise everything seems quiet and remains as it was. As I said, you were kind of in the position where you had just entered in from the bottom area here, and it seems like the garden heads on farther on to what would be kind of like the north of this room at this point in time.
Okay, so you two need a little bit. Well, he needs more. I'm actually going to do.
Do we have any potions on us?
Well, he needs a bunch. Talas.
True.
I'm gonna do another thing of the staff, but at 2 just to him.
He's missing. Oh, true. 84 out of 120.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can do.
40
I can give
down.
him like an elixir, but
Well, it makes sense for.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
a
they're
level
all
2
they're all
heal-
daily resources, so it's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, a level 2 heal and then maybe a healing potion lesser or 2 might do them up.
Yeah. Because I figured at this point,
That's pretty good. 14.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the second level or the first level?
Second,
First-
that's plus 9 is the first.
yeah.
So yeah.
It's,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah, you're
because,
right.
well, that's because I'm using the staff too.
Which is
Oh,
That
level
gives a
one.
plus
Yeah.
1.
Or level 3 staff.
Yeah.
What's he at now?
98 out of 120.
We have 7. We have 9 lessers. Each one
I
has
can do
2d8.
one. I can do one more big on him with the staff, and
Oh, from the staff? Then
Yeah.
I think that's fine. As long as we're not using too many like actual spell slots.
I'm not even using spell slots at this point. I'm using the staff first.
Yeah.
And I also have the wand that I can use once too.
Oh, true. There's one here. Yeah. 13, not bad. Barely hurt.
Yeah, now he's only down 9. He's
We should be fine at that point, I think.
yeah. I don't think it's worth using any extra resources.
No, because we might need
I doubt
this.
there's going to be even another fight today.
Yeah.
The dragon.
I just wanted to at
The
least
dragon
get
comes
us
down.
up in better condition.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's
No,
fine.
it's always good to be prepared.
No
In fact,
way.
Tantus told us to be prepared, so maybe something is going to happen. Who knows?
Always be
The
prepared.
dragon.
Okay. Well, I guess then we can.
Finish
Keep
exploring this
walking.
area and keep walking
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
All right. Heading to the end
For
of
once,
this
I'm keeping
kind of...
up with all of you.
Heading to the
Because
end
I
of this
use
garden
what's-
area will lead to a kind of small area where it looks as though there is a kind of reflecting pool of water in a kind of interesting kind of square shape with a kind of glass balcony. Like, as I said, this entire area was kind of covered over, but there's kind of like an extra outside balcony with this kind of like pool of water that looks incredibly like thin, but you can't really see into it very well, along with what appears to be a kind of pedestal next to it with a kind of gem on it. It's like there's a pedestal with like a big like kind of platform with a gem on top, a kind of thin pool of water that's probably like 10 by 20 feet. And then like you are out on ground, but you can kind of see off the side, you're off the building in this area here at the far end of it. It
So
is some kind of
the
like
pedestal
entire-
with the gem is in the middle of the pool?
next to it. Like it's the first thing you'd encounter on it. Like, so it's like, I'll just make some drawings on here. Like, so it's like pedestal, gem, where's the free hand? One of these is drawing, free hand, select drawings, not select drawings. Drawing
Right
tools.
after draw. Yeah,
Oh, draw
there's
freehand,
square, circle.
So
yeah.
it's like a thing here, and then like square, and you're in like here is like the wall side of the building. That's not really well described because the thing would be also over here. So it'd be like, all right, I'm grabbing the wrong things. Great, there you go.
Okay.
I guess I'll detect magic on the gem.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I was thinking about just going over and stealing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to be built into this kind of thing here too, so you'd probably have to break it.
I think it's a scanner of some sort.
It does seem to be magical.
You know, like those things we've seen
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's right.
that read those ID cards. Hey, maybe can we drag over? Hey, Talas, want to help us? Want to drag over one of the robots to see if it's got like a thing on it that we can interact with?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because they tend to use their hands. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll just go over and detach one of their hands, if I may.
Okay. Sure. I mean, like, it might take a little time, but you could definitely attach a hand from one of them.
Yeah, I assume he's actually like unscrewing it. So
Yeah.
Robo
using my-
Gauntlet.
Using my my toolkits.
There really isn't like a easy way to unscrew it. It's just like you kind of have to kind of dissect it in a little bit way. It's kind of a fascinating thing because it's like the entire thing here is metallic in a lot of ways, but like just from your time like hunting, experiencing creatures, it definitely is built in a way that seems to very poorly but mimic like a lot of things, like, you know, with like a general skeletal structure and like, you know, components which might be equivalent to like muscles and stuff like there. But like it has like the metallic plates which are maybe more akin to skin and stuff like that. So it's like it is built in a way akin to life, but it is very poor imitation of it, interestingly enough.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bring it over to that gem.
Sure.
And just like place the hand on it. Because I don't really know how these things work.
Yes. I need a good check here. Because you need a... I guess if one of you wants to roll me an like an Arcana check.
okay.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. So Ixbanor, as you're watching Talas do this, you're like, this might not work, but it could maybe work. What I mean by that is, you're pulling a dead hand there.
I
Probably
thought
the
the
hand-
deadness might be a problem.
Yeah. It might not have the... while the hand might have the magical signature, there is no magic going through it right now. The thing is dead.
I was thinking that too. It's like, how are we gonna power it?
Yes.
Well, I don't think we're gonna be getting a live one over here anytime soon. I don't know how to fix these things.
Okay. Odd question. I have an ion stone. Is there a way for me to like hook it into it somehow and use it as a power source?
I can't say no, but I also kind of say, like, you probably would have to guesstimate, aka make some kind of check and hope it's correct.
Yep. I'm basically just, attaching the wires to the right, to the,
Yeah.
that feed into the mechanism into the thing to do it.
I could try and help, because
Sure.
Calder has some experience with mechanics. He's just mostly an alchemist.
I'm gonna.
I feel like you know more about mechanics than my character. My character is more arcane and alchemy.
Yeah.
I think then, if both of you are gonna work on it, I kind of need like 2 checks here, technically, because I need like one to put it together correctly. So I need a craft check, but then I will also need like an arcana check again to like properly power the thing. Basically, one check to attach it correctly, one check to make sure you're actually getting power from the thing.
That's fair.
And between the two, we'll see what happens, basically.
Alright.
All right, 30 is pretty
Okay.
good.
Like, yeah, I know mechanics, but ion stones are magic, which Calder does not
All right,
do.
so double 30s. That's actually pretty damn good. All right, so 2 of you are tinkering for a while, and you put something together, and the hand starts like moving, like it's opening and closing for a bit. So you're just gonna like kind of throw this giant hand down on the thing while it's like trying to grip, you know?
Yeah, I guess
so.
so.
So it's kind of like starts grabbing onto where it is, as it's like almost like involuntary, like a muscle movement of like the hand gripping. This might have been one of those hands that was, because basically they all died gripping onto you. So you're assuming like it's got the grippy hands that wants to get back and like grab you again. It's like,
Man, it's like shocking a dead frog.
yeah. So Calder, you and Talas are having like flashbacks to them just grabbing you.
Nightmare.
But yeah, you'll put the hand back on there as it will like react in a kind of weird way, but you'll see the pool of water basically disappear, and you will see some kind of strange thing rise out underneath the little pool of water, and then like part of the glass wall over on the side over here will open up.
Well, I'm glad that worked. My next thought would have been blow up the pool, because I
Yeah, same.
What's your next trick?
Behold, this ball.
Destruction. But yeah, no, it seems to work, and there seems to be a strange thing here. It looks as almost like a wooden log, except it's been kind of carved in a strange shape, and it has like a area where you think this is a door on the side of it. Yeah.
Wait, you say it's like a wooden log. How big is it?
10 foot by 20 foot.
Oh, okay,
Not big
so it's
log.
a big thing.
That's the size of the pool, basically.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so it's more like something you get in, not something
it's
you
probably
ride.
maybe
Yeah.
it's a if it came up, it's a lift that goes down somewhere, I guess.
Oh, well,
Well, it like
I kinda
lifted
thought
up
this thing-
under, like the pool disappeared, and it lifted up from under
Yeah.
the pool, basically up to here,
yeah.
and then
So
a
it probably just goes
hole opened up
back
and
down.
like next to it, basically. So this is open to the air right now
Oh, it's a
over
path. Never mind.
here. Yeah.
Maybe there's
Walk
something
over to the
inside.
door.
Mhm.
Ugh. Yeah, I'll go into the door.
Okay.
Or over.
Well, here, I'm gonna walk up and I'm just gonna perceive real quick. Because
Sure.
I'm gonna stop you and be like, hey, let me just take a peek around.
What's the worst that could happen? There's like 9 more clockwork sentries just like cracking their knuckles.
right. So you take a look at it, and you're not really noticing a lot about it. You do get a good view of what this thing looks like. As you kind of look at it, it is cylindrical, and like looking at it by like texture and stuff, it looks like a shaven log, basically with like bark removed from it. But as you're looking closer, you're like, no, that just seems to be more artistic. It does seem to be made of some kind of metal.
Oop, wrong button.
Interestingly enough.
Looking at an item.
The entire thing kind of like goes to this kind of twist of like areas where it almost looks at the back end it would like break into branches, though you're not quite sure what it is. And there does seem to be on the far end over here a little like window on it. And then of course there's the door over here that is it's just like you can see it's a door with a kind of like tiny window on it, but it's kind of dark inside. There is like a little kind of handle here that you can kind of pull on to open it if you want to.
Oh, with my dark vision, do I see anything through the window?
Seems like a small chamber of some kind. It's very nondescript in there.
Okay. I don't see any danger. It looks like there's a chamber on the other side.
No, we'll be fine then.
Mhm.
I'll walk ahead to the chamber.
All right, so you can move into this craft of some kind. So it's pretty tight. This seems more akin to something that would have maybe like a person and a passenger more than anything. Not that there isn't like room you could probably squeeze more folks in there. Fortunately, Ixbanor is very tiny, but like
Yes.
4 of you, if you get talk, would be pretty tight in here. Along with the strange, what you're guessing is controls in the front. There seems to be like a suspended sphere in a kind of another kind of pedestal towards the front where that window you saw on the outside was.
Well, if need be, we're not going today, so I could memorize fly on myself and accompany you that way. That way, people can actually fit in here.
Are there any plain walls inside the chamber?
Like, what do you mean by plain walls?
Like wall that he can cast Liminal Doorway on.
Probably not. Because as I said, it's a
Okay.
10 by 20. I'd say the chamber inside is a lot smaller.
No, I
Like,
got that much.
yeah.
Like, there's definitely a lot of machinery that makes it so it's only a small interior.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Unless we cast it on the outside.
I think I'd be more comfortable doing fly and saving the middle doorway since I can only do that once a day.
It's
It's one of my spirit things.
Yeah.
So then if we need to rest wherever we're going, we have that option. I'd rather not spend that option.
That's fair. That's fair.
I was gonna say the inside is actually pretty nice looking in there. There does seem to be like, as I said, a little area for more of a passenger in the back, which has like some pretty decent like kind of comfy seating. That still has some very nice cushioning there. A little aged, but probably because this thing is like oftentimes like sealed away somewhere, doesn't really have like bugs and stuff in it, and most likely occasionally things probably show up to do maintenance on it from all these constructs around here. But like, it definitely like you kind of poof the cushion a little bit, and like the dust of thousands of years comes off of it briefly. It's like ancient.
Do you guys want to test it in some fashion so we know that's still functional before we go?
Hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna. Are there any visible like hatches or like, any openings that could go maybe into like an engine bay or any underlying mechanics?
Not that you can see.
Well, damn. I'm gonna. Are the controls labeled, or maybe
It's
is
just
there a
this
way
weird
for me
sphere
to-
that seems to kind of be suspended and kind of like almost looks like it rotates.
Oh, I thought you said there were like a control panel.
No, it's just a weird sphere on its pedestal in front of the window. So it's sort of like, this looks weird.
Well, maybe Cock knows how these work.
Maybe. I mean, this is obviously magic, right?
Detect magic.
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. I mean, I was just like, it's obviously magic. Well,
The-
yeah.
I will tell you, the only thing that will detect directly as a unique magical source will be that sphere. Currently, nothing else seems to be magical in this thing.
I just hope we don't need that hand to power this thing.
Give me an Arcana check, Umbrin. Do you have Arcana?
I have
he's
a very
a
bad
cult.
Arcana.
He's a cult in religion.
Yeah, it's more
Would
cool.
a cult apply here? I'd have to think about this.
Depends on the type of magic.
I get a +2 to Arcana.
All the magic in this place seems to be more of an arcane or maybe even
There's-
divine
there's-
sorts.
Yeah, there is some occult,
Well,
but not as much.
I have divine.
Yeah.
but-
Actually, no. I'll let you roll divine.
Or religion, yeah.
Religion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that could work here, just because of some of the things you've had.
That I have a big bonus too. So
Yeah, yeah,
let's see.
I'll let you roll this here. All right. As you're kind of detecting
Hey,
magic,
Pretty good.
you're like realizing something unusual about this, and it's something that you've noticed in other detections you've had before, and that's why I'm kind of saying, because you have been detecting magic around here. This detects, except for this one area here, just like those machine people out there.
Okay. This might be a somewhat sentient, or at least it's powered the same way these machine people are.
No. Yeah, we probably need to talk then.
Okay, I was messing around with messing around with the map thing.
Mhm.
I remember like he updated the map so I could like look at the place and do stuff, and you said, oh yeah, adding labels, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, can I add labels? And you said it was like difficult and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I want to try and interact with this thing. I want to see if it's got the same kind of interface.
Okay, so
Even if I don't.
you're gonna kind of
Yeah,
hop
I'm
up
not
on the
saying-
pedestal and kind of like interact with the sphere, maybe try to move it or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So roll me reflex. Thank you very much. Because I'm assuming this is how you probably react. Okay. As you interact with it,
Wow.
strange tendrils arrive there and try to wrap themselves around you as you jump off. Which they would have engulfed you. You're tiny. Then they'll withdraw
Well,
back into the thing.
uh,
You all saw this as like tentacles came out of the pedestal around the sphere and try to like engulf an Ixbanor, and as Ixbanor jumped off, they removed back into the thing.
Maybe
Might
it
not-
connects to whoever's flying.
Yeah, this might not be built for someone of your size.
yeah, I kind of agree.
Good reflex.
You know what? Oh well, it's
Do you want to become one with the machine?
I'm gonna try and interact with it next. If I die,
You know about it. Are you
Make
going
sure
to
to-
make the reflex or let whatever it does do its thing?
no, I'm gonna choose to fail.
So, like, wrapping, like, as you kind of, like, put your hands on the sphere, the tendrils will kind of wrap around your arms and then kind of go up to your shoulders, and then kind of put like little things around like on each of your temples as you begin to like feel something weird about this thing, as the entire thing that you're in begins to shake. As you like, for a second there, like you feel as though your body is kind of stiff and stuff like that. You kind of stretch yourself out, as those of you that are inside are seeing like these giant sets of like 3 strange legs emerge from each side of it. So now got 6 legs that kind of begins to stand up and almost kind of like start moving around. As you know, now you're feeling like you're moving around, Calder. You know, your body feels a little stiff and stuff like there. Where'd everybody go? The entire thing just disappeared.
So is it? My perspective is now coming from this machine.
Yes, basically.
I
It'll
might
probably like be a
best
few
actually
minutes
do this, 'cause
before
I'm
you
used
realize
to
it.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also feel like weird because not only are you like interfaced with this now, you have like a weird body now also. Like you got like, you don't have hands, you just got these weird legs, and you feel as though you've got more limbs and more stuff you could do.
Yeah, I think that's a bit freakier than Calder's comfortable with. I'm gonna try and disconnect myself.
Okay. Make a will save. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. That's good. Okay, cool. You'll kind of like have yourself on it for a bit, and then like you'll just kind of like basically try to force your mind out of it, and it's not an easy thing to do. And honestly speaking, it hurts like a bitch because you're like forcing a disconnect. So I'm just gonna roll a d6 here. Just take a little bit of damage here. So you'll make it. You'll take 5 damage as like, you know, you're kind of like psychically like kind of ripping yourself off of it, but you'll manage to like get yourself off as like the tendrils will draw back in, as like the entire thing will kind of crash back down with everybody in it and kind of like settle back down, and then like, you know, you can see like the legs will go back in as it'll kind of return back, and it's not quite in the same spot it was, so it's a little off. But it's back down again.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
As like
No.
Calder's like bleeding a little bit from the nose, you know.
Not even remotely. Oh.
What was it like?
It was like I was a different me. It wasn't like walking around.
Was
as
it
a
like you were
normal
the
person.
machine?
Yes, pretty much. You know, like I was no
might
longer
be more
in this body.
I might be more suited for this. I'm used to experiencing my senses through my shadow.
Probably, yeah. That'd make a lot more sense. Just be careful. It's not easy to pull yourself out of that thing.
I will give it a try. If we do go this route, I could cast fly either on you or Talas, so we have the room inside.
No.
Again, I'm not saying you couldn't fit 4, but it would be pretty packed in there.
I'm just saying that's why I'm saying it might be worth just to have someone actually fly, and then they also could keep a lookout around the place too, you know, from the outside of the thing.
Start tweaking.
Okay, I will sit down and put my hand.
Right. You will also then, once again, similar to Calder, interface with the machine and find yourself in a strange body, which is that you felt a little bit before, like when you peer your senses through shadow. It's sort of like, in that case, you almost have no body. You just have like senses, and it's a kind of very weird feeling. This is similar in a lot of ways, as your senses are now projected on something else, but it's so different because it feels like it's like you have a different body too, and you have limbs that you've never kind of experienced before. It's like kind of feels weird to have like 6 limbs out of me, but you also have you feel like there's more to you, but you just don't like you're feeling very stuffed in here and kind of stuff like that. Like you want to like move out and forward, out into the air.
Yeah, I'm gonna move out into the try to move out into the garden area.
Sure. It's like kind of moving around on these like limbs, and those of you inside, you're not really like strapped in, so you're just kind of enjoying kind of it moving around. But like it's not bucking so much that you're not like having to make checks or anything, but it's definitely like a little bit of like an odd thing to have like the thing with you moving inside of it.
Once I'm out into the garden area, I'm going to focus on seeing if I can get off the ground.
Okay. So the rest of this thing's body will continue to open up as it will spread out and transform in what can be best described as like, I can kind of describe it as a gigantic metallic dragonfly in a lot of ways. It has that cylinder core where its like head would be, except it doesn't have a head. So it's almost like a headless dragonfly. So like wings will come out, this kind of like almost tail shape will come out of its back. It'll have its 6 limbs, you know. So you actually fly on wings that it comes out of it, rather than it float.
Okay.
But you are taking up a lot of space in here. So you went from this like relatively compact cylinder thing to something quite larger than spread out, with these massive wings that barely fit in here.
Well, that's why I said I was moving out into the garden.
Yes, which the garden doesn't have, has a roof, remember.
Oh, shoot. I forgot
Yes.
that it had a roof.
Yes. So you are feeling even more claustrophobic. I need you to make a will save.
I forgot the garden had a roof.
It's fine.
Well, at least will is my best save.
Sure. You manage to maintain your composure as, like, there's this almost sense of panic coming over in the back of your mind, but it's like, it's sort of like there is something about being connected with this that you're beginning to feel like it does have a level of consciousness. It's not as, like, great as perhaps something like those automatons that you fought in the garden that were the gardeners. But it's like this low-level consciousness that you now realize that you've kind of merged with, almost like similar with Shadow. Shadow's kind of more like a beastie almost a little bit too. But like in this case, you're both in there at the same time, you know. Perhaps this consciousness is there just to keep a lot of like its automated functions going as you're traveling, so you don't have to like have the full burden of this thing.
Gotcha.
But
Is
doesn't
there
like
a way
being in here.
out of the garden, like, from the roof?
There was, but not when you're fully out. You'd assume what would happen is it would crawl out to this here and probably like jump out and like get its wings out or stretch its wings out as it moved out. And similar speaking, as it returned, it would probably close up its wings and stuff and crawl inside with its legs.
Okay.
So basically you activated it early, kind of thing like that.
Got it. I'll try to get the wings back in then.
Sure. You'll kind of like compress yourself back in just like kind of the leg body form. It will take a little bit. Again, like it'll be like a weird ride for everybody inside because like you get the feeling that Umbrin isn't good at controlling this very well, but not terrible at controlling this. So it's like you're still like maintaining, but it's like kind of jostling around a little bit, you know, as it's like feeling a little like weird. It's a bumpy ride. But yeah, you'll be able to get back into leg 4, we'll call it.
I'm gonna try to say if I can speak in some fashion in this thing.
Okay, actually, sorry. I have a question. What do we see when he's interfacing it? Does it like wrap around his head?
As
Does
it wraps
around
all
his
the way
whole
around,
body?
it's up his arms, up into his neck, and it has like the tendrils then kind of connect up with his temples, basically.
Got it. Okay.
It was like when I did it.
Well, I just missed the description.
Yeah.
Oh.
This horrific, shrilling, almost insectile voice will start speaking out, and it will be in not common. It's the language that like everything is speaking that you've been translating, basically.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was hoping that I could tell them, like, buckle up. Are you guys at least sitting?
I'm sitting
they're
down.
standing. Well, someone's sitting on like the dusty.
I
cushion.
mean, I feel like after it started jostling, someone sat. Like,
Yeah.
would have sat down.
Yeah.
I'm probably
So-
just like,
I'm mortified. I don't want to be standing during this.
Yeah, Talas has
Okay.
probably like got his arms up trying to stand and kind of like hold it onto like the walls, which it's kind of like a
Is there-
cylinder
I'm
inside
gonna
too to
try
a
to see
degree.
if I could force them to force someone to be strapped in.
I'm trying not to throw up in my.
Okay. I'll tell you, you will try. I don't need a check because nothing will really happen.
Okay.
Calder, though, you can give me a perception check.
Yes.
Mhm.
Perception.
I'll let you roll something. You're sitting down in the
There
seat
you
here.
are.
Cool. You'll kind of you'll kind of be jostling around, but you'll kind of notice something as you're kind of in this cushion here. You're like, what's this? It opens up. What are these weird circular indentations?
What?
Cup holders.
Cup holders. Oh yeah.
You open something up next to you, and it's like, what are these weird, cylinder indentations? It's like almost holds something.
This thing's kitted out.
I mean, it was for important people to go, but it was much
Yeah,
more
it makes
personal.
sense, but of all
You know.
things to have.
I'll also say you can probably discover there does seem to be a little area that opens up with things in there that you take a look at them and you assume these were like little packages in little wrapped up things of what may have been snacks at one point in time, but it's been like thousands of years, so
It's like, ooh, peanuts. Oh man.
ooh, it's
Rock hard peanuts.
like a little paper bag full of stuff, and you kind of open it up, and you're like, ancient peanuts.
Just gonna throw them off the side thing. That sucks.
Just
Are you sure you don't want some peanuts?
I was considering it, but I want to keep my teeth.
mummified peanuts from thousands of years ago. Look, no one changed out the
Petrified
snacks since then.
It's terrible in-flight service. This is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to communicate again.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that maybe someone with a translation book might try to figure out
Yeah,
what it's saying.
Here's the thing:
I
is,
was gonna-
as far as you know, you are speaking to them in common.
This
That's the
is
thing.
like
Right,
weird, man.
I get that. I'm just saying, like they
Yeah.
didn't seem to respond, so
No.
I'm gonna say it again.
Limit.
Like I'm kind
So,
of like,
here- Now, here's the question I have.
Yeah.
Is this thing stable enough for me to pull out a book?
Well, I'm gonna stop and say,
Yeah.
and say this.
While Umbrin is standing there, sure.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, be saying, please buckle in. I'm going to try to take off.
Okay. So you probably say that to them. I'm gonna tell you, you probably can't hear them at all. That's the thing is,
Yeah.
this is the one sense that you're realizing now that you kind of don't have as hearing, actually. You can kind of slightly feel everything, you can see everything. Can't really taste anything though. You've got your sights, but you really can't hear a lot. It all feels like
Well, I'd be worried if I
Weird.
could taste them.
True.
I'm not tongue.
All right.
Not a butterfly. It's a dragonfly, not a butterfly.
All right. So while you're translating, I'm guessing you're gonna kind of crawl outside and then take flight, basically.
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to start
yeah.
moving towards
So,
the edge
yeah,
of the
I
building
mean-
and try to take flight.
I'll be trying to translate it. Please, let's see, restrain. No, I think a better one would be, strap, yourself. Oh, I think in. Oh, I think he wants us to buckle up.
So,
What?
so, if anyone wants to make another perception check, I will allow that at this point in time if you want to look around.
Yeah. I'll hold up like one of the ancient bags of peanuts. With this,
I've got
like,
peanuts.
What do you want from us?
I got this thing that's got the weird
I got some
indentation.
Uncrustables.
Yeah, you. Neither of you find anything that looks like a buckle up.
Oh
One
God.
I'm gonna
There's one more
lay,
person in here.
I'm just gonna like get on my stomach and just like lay flat down.
So, yeah, no, none of you find anything. Congratulations. All right, great.
Hold on tight, then.
Yeah, I close my eyes shut.
Anyway,
I'd pull out rope.
you're just like strapping yourself because again, you don't know what's going on
Tight,
inside of
tight,
your
tight.
body,
Yeah.
Umbrin. But you'll take flight and go out into the air, and yeah, you can kind of see. It almost feels natural the way you kind of crawl out through here, and like you were opening yourself off, and like yeah, this is a little bit more like you kind of almost do it instinctually in not all at once, like almost in like kind of steps of kind of like you open up as you kind of move yourself out through the tunnel. Like we feel like you've almost done that 1,000 times before. Maybe it's your body you're in right now, but it knows how to leave this place, and you're beginning to feel that opening up and taking to the sky as you now are flittering about in the air and flying high. And we just probably need to activate like never ending story.
Loop-de-loop!
Oh.
Barrel roll!
So, everybody inside, I need you to allow, I guess, athletics or acrobatics to maintain your balance in here to a degree. As Umbrin's gone and you guys are not.
Oh God.
All right.
That was a bad roll for Talas.
That's a bad roll for Talas. But the two of you, Calder, Ixbanor, you're pretty good. You're getting jostled about, but you're maintaining yourself. I'm just gonna have Talas smack his head once. Whack! Oh God! Damn it! He just loses his footing for a second and smacks his head as you're kind of like flittering about. So, Umbrin, what do you want to do? You've taken flight now. This is like different than magical flight. This is you that's flying. Your body can take to the air. The sky knows no limits.
Would it be possible to land anywhere near our accommodations?
The tavern.
Yeah, the tavern. You feel as though you might be able to squeeze in there, but like the areas in between the buildings are pretty tough. Like you could maybe you could find a building nearby that you think you could get into and get to a different rooftop, but like yeah, it's like
I'm just worried that since this one's a garden rooftop, that other gardeners might take their place.
yeah, true. That's not a terrible thing to think about. But yeah, no. As you can see, there probably are other rooftops you could land on, and there's various kind of things, like there's other kind of like gardens in various places. Some places that just seem to be kind of like almost nice little sitting areas. They all seem to have some kind of level up on top of these roofs of some kind of like maintenance stuff. You really haven't had a good sight of this. You were up above in the sky, in the air, and it does seem as though like every building, maybe they don't have as quite fancy a garden as the one you were on, but they all have something akin to that at very least.
Okay, I'll try to land at the closest building I can to the tavern.
Sure. You could probably get on the tavern's roof, because again, like, it is a large,
perfect.
tall building. Remember, I said, like, you're on the, like, the lower floors, and there's, to access the upper floors, for that one, at least, you have to come in from another building, as there's this network of, like, walkways between them.
Yeah, I mean, why not have our, transportation at where we are staying?
Yes, you'll have to probably find a way down, because you never really went all the way to the roof of your building. But yes, you'll be able to find some landing there, in amongst, like, a small kind of like, there's a fountain in the middle of this area here. There's like a small area that's kind of maintained. Like there's like a small, like medium-sized worker who will kind of like, be startled, except like you're not sure how a robot's startled, a clockwork robot startled, as you kind of land next to it. as it will
And
come
then
up, and as you will like hear some, you will kind of like it will kind of like move up and kind of like almost like kind of like touch you and be like, please do not stay here. This is not for you. This is not a landing zone. There are designated landing zones. If it is emergency, please contact the appropriate people.
I will attempt to say,
Mhm.
we have been given permission by the owner.
Deception?
He's capping.
Well, I'm sure Talk wouldn't have a problem.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I'm just wondering what kind of check it would be against them. Might it be still a deception? Because you haven't technically got permission yet, but you could get permission.
Deception or diplomacy, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say either of
You're-
those if you want to wear. If you want a diplomacy, because you theoretically get very easily with it.
Because I'm
You
not
have either?
good at either.
Ah.
Yeah, deception plus 0.
Mm-hmm.
And
Diplomacy's probably the
diplomacy plus 0.
Mm.
So, straight roll. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. A 19 isn't bad.
Whew.
I am in charge of maintaining this garden. Even if you have permission, you may only stay here for a limited amount of time. Please get what business you need done and return to proper landing positions. If not, I will be forced to call upon proper authorities to remove you. If there is some form of emergency or damage to your systems, I would also be able to get in contact with maintenance to repair your systems.
Thank you. We will not be long.
It'll get back to like maintaining a rooftop, like tiny garden, like probably like again, this is like not nearly as grand a garden, but it's kind of like, you know, got like a little fountain area, like some flowers and stuff and things like that. You know, it's still doing some maintenance and like kind of gardening as you sit here. Yeah.
I will concentrate on folding up.
Okay.
And then, I guess, powering off / disconnecting, trying to do that, you know,
Okay.
safely.
Give me a. I guess we can call it will. We can call it will. Just a will. Like will save would be a save versus, and I don't really know if save is appropriate. So I'm like trying to think of another check that would be kind of like a willpower check or something like that, or maybe we could use another type of check. But I'm trying to think of one that's good. I think that I need you to roll me.
I mean, I think will is still kind of the.
Yeah, let's do Will then. Yeah, I was just thinking if there was another one. I was just trying to think of it. And I guess Will's the
Yeah.
closest thing here.
Yeah, I was looking too.
Yeah.
I was double looking over stuff and I'm like,
So, you're gonna get 5 damage of brain strain as you do manage to disconnect, but not well. You feel as though like you have probably with your experience and what happened with Calder, you were in a better spot, but you're like still not used to disconnecting it, so it still doesn't go very well. You know, it's like
yeah.
you get the sense that maybe if you do that a couple more times, you might be able to figure out how to do that safely, but it's like, oh god. You're like
I
forcing
might
your
try
brain
to
out.
practice this a little
Yeah.
bit.
As like blood will come out your nose a little bit too. Ugh.
Well, that was freeing and interesting. Maintenance gardener droid here doesn't want us to park here long.
The ferret tumbles out and goes and throws up in a bush.
Do we want to do something about him, or do we want to repark somewhere else?
Let me give it a try. Gardener, sir.
It might not have translation software.
And translate for me. Do we have that?
I do not have the vocal one right now. Because I already used that earlier today.
Like when you were attached with the device, you know, you could kind of speak through it and understand.
Yeah, I
through
mean,
it.
I could attach to it, and well, I don't know that though.
That's true. You don't.
I don't
well,
know that I was speaking
yeah.
its language.
You got.
Although
you kind
it
of
understood me when I.
You
talked
got the
to
feeling that it
through
like it did something to talk with you, so that's what you thought. So whether or not it actually understands your language, you're not sure, but you do notice it did something before it spoke to you. You're not sure if that's kind of like a machine thing. Or
I will
like
say, the droid did seem to understand what I was saying when I was connected to the thing. So maybe it does understand it. Did you guys understand me?
No,
did you hear me?
You were talking?
Were you talking? We just heard what sounded like an automated voice saying "buckle up."
Well, I
That
thought it
was-
just
but
I
it
was
also said it in a
telling you buckle
horrible
up.
bug-like screech, man. Remember? Note to you.
I thought those just sounds that the thing made.
No, I was telling you guys to strap in because I was planning to take up flight.
No, I didn't understand a word you said. No.
It was very much in the other language.
Okay, well then, I don't know if this. You can try talking to this droid. If it doesn't work, I would have to reconnect to the ship to speak through it.
Droid, sir, do you have a translation software?
It's just going to keep gardening after looking at you briefly.
Well,
All right, let's kill him. Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean, at the very most, I would say knock it out.
If you want to hook back into it, I guess, because we can't talk to these things without magic.
Yeah, I can, because right now I can only do the read and write level of casting it.
I thought all of them could do. Oh no, one of them is you can like hear it but can't speak it, right?
Yeah, you can hear it. You'd
Yeah.
be able to understand them and read, but you wouldn't be able to speak it.
Yeah, I think.
I have to cast it at 4th level to
Yeah.
speak, or 3rd level to at least speak. 4th level for multiple people to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And
I
did
can
not
try
revert at 3rd
interfacing
level.
with it and talking to him.
Wouldn't it just crush you?
Or you can. I
knows?
don't know what's going to happen since you're so small. It might just completely engulf you.
Yeah. Like it
Maybe
covered
it'll
our
be
arms
gentle?
completely. It didn't look like it was about to the first time.
It's probably not programmed for your size
Yeah.
of a pilot.
Because remember, these were like early humans.
Like, okay, I have a question.
Mhm.
Like when they were interfacing with it, did it look like it was applying force?
Yes and
Even
no.
if it's like just
Like
to hold him still or something.
it was enough to like definitely hold him still. Like, certainly speaking
It
with
was probably strapped in.
yeah, basically with the tendrils around you, you were effectively strapped in. You know, you were kind of like strapped to it. Like the tendrils kind of like are up your arms, up to your heads, and like yeah, like it was probably keeping you enough in place that like probably your legs moved a little bit, but like you were kind of standing there enough that like with enough force just for how you're strapped in, it really didn't do a lot movement to you overall. You were just kind of there a little bit.
I'm not sure what would happen if it tries to. If you tried to merge with it.
It tried, remember?
Yes, and he reflexed out of the way.
Yeah, he dodged it out of the way.
So that's what I'm saying. We don't know what would happen if he actually allows it to. if it'll size to him or if it'll just be wrapped in a giant thing of wires.
The answer's fun things. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Doesn't Talas also have skill with speaking with people?
actually, that's a good point. He does. His diplomacy.
He might be the better choice at the moment, just so we don't risk you getting hurt.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he has diplomacy and intimidation.
So, what do you want to do then? You want to have Talas negotiate with the robot for what?
Give us like
Basi-
2 days here. Because
Yeah.
I think is it tomorrow that we pick up Talk, or is it no? We have it tomorrow, and then then the next day we pick up Talk.
Yes, I think this is your second of 4 days.
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's
So if we could get 3 days, then
yeah.
that way we have time to pick him up, rest, and then take off on the 3rd day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the other thing too. We almost just need a day, and then we can come up and negotiate further after we get the translate spell.
Mhm.
Again, the next day.
Well, true.
Up to you. You could try to finish the negotiations completely today. If you want Talas to try to
Well, we could
interface.
he could try to get 3 days. If not, he can negotiate down to 1.
Okay.
You know what I mean? May as well aim for the most, and then if he has to go down,
All right.
then
So Talas interfacing, having a weird time. I will need, I guess, a diplomacy check from Talas then, as he tries to negotiate with the robot. Okay. 24 is not terrible. So.
Yeah. It's on the at the lower end of good for this tier,
Yeah.
for this level.
Lower end of good. So after conversation, Talas will have to disconnect. Talas has to make a will save. Alright. Talas will be able to somehow figure out a way to disconnect his mind from it very quickly and easily, and you can see Talas go back, and Talas is just has this look on his face of what the hell did I just do, and probably looks at you guys as never again.
interesting, isn't it?
So, how long do we have?
I was able to get the day, at least for now.
Cool.
That works.
I'll try and negotiate further later.
Yeah. Right now, I convinced it that we need a day here. We're doing things that we needed here for. And it was very insistent that we leave still, but my brain.
Worst case
good
scenario, if we can't get more than a day, we take it somewhere else. But
Yeah.
hopefully tomorrow we can renegotiate. I think we could all use a rest though after that fight.
I mean, I'm doing all right, but
You also had merged your brain with a weird contraption.
no, that has nothing to do with the fight.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I wouldn't mind a nap after being jostled around.
I'm sorry about the loop-de-loops and barrel rolls. It's quite free.
Those would have more checks if we really wanted to do those.
I think we would have just died. He would have killed us.
Whee!
Just inside, just the thump of the thump, 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 thump. It's oh!
Although before we go, I want to peek my head back into it,
Mhm.
and I want to look around and see if there are any kind of restraints on the seats.
Sure, you can make me a perception check. All right. It takes you a
still
while to
way
look around,
better than all of us.
and it looks as though there is something that is on at least the back cushion that Calder was hanging out in. There's a way to strap into that.
I will show you that.
That's the only one. So anybody else is SOL. Remember,
Man,
two-person vehicle.
Anyone else?
that
Rope.
would have been good to know earlier.
Rope.
I mean, it looks like we tried to tie someone down. We just failed.
It was comical. There's
Well,
this rope
next
fall.
time you'll
Like I
have
just
more
imagine, like with
prep
all of you
time.
kind of like. I just imagine if you'd rolled worse, all of you would be kind of like flying around and the ropes flying around and stuff like that. Just in there.
Well, next time you also have prep time. Like I can have you strap in before
hmm
activating the thing.
Yeah, we can work on a way of communicating when you can't communicate. You know.
Yeah. But I think we can all rest then.
Yes. All right. So we'll take our break now that you've figured out how to use your flying thing, kind of. So if you need a snack or drink, time for a little trip to the bathroom. Go ahead and take them, and we'll be back in a little bit after a quick break. Here.
See you soon.
Yep. And throw right up, and then. Right, back to the adventure. We return. So, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Let's get this one then. So, having landed your vehicle and getting a rest, I guess you could just do the rest buttons because you got your chance to relax for the day.
Yep.
So you're halfway done. Other than negotiating with the roof robot, what else do you want to do for the next couple of days? Because we have to get back to that.
Well, I know I was going to keep studying my book.
That's fine. We can just say that you're doing that. That's fine. Is there anything else anybody particular wants to do? Because we can kind of speed through this here, because we kind of have everybody kind of had settled on some things they were doing anyway.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can get any recipes out of the books I've been borrowing, specifically any clockwork or gadget items.
I'll say you can probably find some things. We'll figure that out. I'll look into what you can have, and we'll just say you'll find something. I think over the next couple of days you can. I'll figure that out before next session. I'll kind of give you some.
Yeah,
stuff.
that'll be a later thing.
Yeah. So we'll say that. All right. We'll just say if one of you wants to negotiate with the robot and wants to make another diplomacy check, I think it would be Ixbanor who's getting the ability to speak and was going to do it. So if you want to make your check, or unless there's. I assume unless you have a particular argument you want to put forward, you can just have you roll the check. What kind of direction do you want to go with negotiating with Gardener on the roof, who's a little suspecting of why the hell is there a flying vehicle parked on my garden?
Let's see. Do I want to lie or try and be persuasive? That's the question.
Choices.
Yep.
In what way do you want to try to BS things?
So we're on top of the tavern, right? Like on a garden on top of the tavern, or is it just near the tavern?
You have to remember, the tavern and the hotel that you're staying at are like the bottom, like, I'll say like 3 or 4 floors of the entire towering building, which is like 10 to 20 stories, you know? These are like, we would see them as skyscrapers, but they are built out of gigantic magical redwoods, basically, that have been converted into buildings, you know? So they are giant, like, tree skyscrapers, and you're on the roof of one of those. Yeah. So technically speaking, Talk would be the owner of the bottom floors, kinda, because also Talk is technically dead, but that's the weird technicality on the entire thing there. Again, mind and robot body, kind of unusual still. But that's not the entire
what?
building.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a.
It
Okay.
doesn't mean that Talk probably couldn't give some permissions for the roof, but you're not sure how much, actually.
So I'm gonna basically be like, look, this is here as for one of the future elders who is going to be who we're gonna need to transport.
Is
when
there
the
a
time
problem with
comes.
them not going to the appropriate ports?
He specifically requested that it be parked on top of his house, which is on the first floor.
Make your deception check. That's a pretty good roll. How long would you need it here? I'm required to do maintenance here. It is my existence, and you are interfering with my existence.
Only for another 2 days.
Damn, that's sad.
Acceptable. I am, as you flesh beings would call, miffed at you. As it's gonna, like, cross its arms, and you swear, like, it's, like, if it could show emotions, it's, like, judging you, but then it's like, you know, they're, like, these things aren't not emotional, just they feel like they're, like, not very.
They don't have facial expressions, which makes it,
Yeah.
and very monotone voices.
Yeah.
But they have emotions, kind
Yes.
of.
They are technically alive, just not like they are. Again, very like metallic in nature. So, I will also need you to move to that possession over there. You are interfering with the light of the petunias.
I'll get Talas to move it.
Talas will say no. Talas will be like,
I'll
can't you
get
get
Umbrin to
Umbrin?
move it.
Talas did not like the entire thing.
I mean, Umbrin said he was gonna be reading his book, so I'm just all like,
Well,
I'll
no,
ask Talas.
I
know.
can I
Oh.
can move it because I also wanted to practice
No, I know.
a little bit on disconnecting.
Yes.
After
So-
Talas said no, I would have gone to you.
Well, probably Talas would have been like, can't you get Umbrin to do it? It's like that look of like, ugh. But yes, you can move it into a position where it's okay to be there for a couple of days, so you'll be fine. As the gardener will stare at you judgingly. You assume it's judging you every time you show up, but like also again, monotone. It doesn't have like an actual like face to express stuff in it. It just has its like eye, which can kind of like move a little bit. It's like it does have like not quite an like eyelids and stuff, but enough like within its like housing that it kind of move.
It's mostly got body language,
Yes, and it certainly is expressing it a lot now. Look, if your entire existence is taking care of this garden and you love your garden for all eternity, heck, he likes his garden. Anyway, all right. So, a couple more days will pass, and it's time for you to return to the underground to retrieve Talk. So let's switch over to this nice ditty here. As you go once again deep down through the twisted tunnels into the more like maintenance areas, and of course, once again into the laboratory that you once were in so many days ago, only so very few days ago, a very wonderful place, back by the Guardians, still not interfering with you, back to the laboratory, and back where I don't think you ever asked the scientist's name, did you?
Don't
We-
think we did.
No, we did. I just don't think anyone wrote it down.
I'm looking.
Because I distinctly remember asking what his name was, like myself.
I've got a couple of names, and I don't know if one of them is his or its. Because I don't know. That's one of those things. Is because it's just a machine. I could have it anything.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll call him John. No, I'm kidding.
will just use a version of the name I had up here because I know what this name is. But this one, I don't know if this is this folk's name or another one. Professor.
Well, if you gave it, I did not write it down.
It'll just be Professor Celtian. Again, it's a version of a name I had from before, which could be the same name, or just could be now a similar sounding name.
That, funny enough, does sound familiar.
Again, the name I could have given the name I have written down here as the one, but I did not note whether it was the professor or not. Like the one name I have down here that has nothing connected to it, I remember what name that is from, but the other one I don't. And I'm like, I could have given it. Enough weeks go by that like my brain just like, unless I really, should make better notes. Sometimes. Anyway. So. Oh, the fleshy ones are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you ready to enjoy the immortality? Did I ask you about that? I did. Did I suggest that? You too can gain bodies.
We held off for now. We're checking up on Talk.
Ah, the, being you asked for. Yes. I was able to recreate their body to a degree, though there was some issues. Nothing major. It appears that the mind transference, soul transference, was successful. Because they no longer have an organic brain, I was forced to place a much more metallic shell within them. There was some issues with that, but nothing seemingly major went wrong. Their new body seemed quite successful in integration. But there was some issues with the body formation in a degree. I had to guesstimate for some certain things.
May we see him?
Well, that's the issue. I did not know whether your friend was him or her. I guessed.
You didn't think to ask.
Well, they can't be conscious for the entire procedure. If not, it probably would have driven them mad.
Right.
But which did you choose?
I flipped a coin. I happen to have one around here. So now we have, well, Miss Talk. If it was a Mister before, apologies. But I don't think I could repeat this again very easily, as I said.
It's what's done is done. I just hope Talk's not pissed.
Let's find out.
Well,
This has been such a grand experiment. I haven't been able to work with a living mind much more. The metallic mind is so interesting thing. The spark divine that gives them a little bit of things is just a shell of a true mind of an organic body. Something akin to my own brain, which has been missing for so many years. True soul.
well,
to work
personally, if I had to choose, sticking with that body they had, or picking a sex body of a more living body of a opposite sex, I think I'd choose the opposite sex. So,
I guess.
I don't know if it would really matter, though. The fact is, the body is... Would it work? I don't know. Fascinating. I haven't experimented with the grown flesh here. The artificial organs do exist, but whether or not they're All right, this is an experiment I'm going to need. I'm going to need you to come back in approximately 40 years. Can you do that for me?
Sure.
We can try.
Excellent.
Yeah.
One of you
we'll
is,
get to
you appear male for your species, yes?
we are
Yeah.
all male,
We all-
yes.
Excellent. I'm sure you'll find some kind of compatibility. Some of your genetics are a little closer. Once you have created, hopefully, some form of children, or failed to, please let me know. I'm curious as if the organic components of the body would be successful at these kind of things. I'm unsure. Haven't had a chance to test them.
Not it.
We'll see, man. We'll think about it.
Oh no, you might be the most compatible.
Regardless, though, that's for 40 years from now. I hope you're very successful in your experiments and can give me a full report on everything you found out.
I've been here a week and I feel like I've aged 40 years.
The sheer fact is, there are aspects of the body that I haven't had a chance to properly experiment on. As much as I've thought about giving myself one, my current form is a lot more useful, and it does suspend my brain in a near state of immortality.
I wonder if it's possible to escape the Jet Army by shunting yourself forward in time.
To the point
It's
where
not
they
Quite literal
were
time
defeated
travel,
somehow?
or something of akin to existing outside of time. And what is this dread army you speak of?
I'm gonna walk away and start looking for talk.
Just
It's
some
very
black
dreadful.
mess.
I feel like I'm about to have an aneurysm.
It's a dreadful subject. Let's can we
Well-
see our friend?
Talk.
Oh, yes.
There's currently.
Help.
Oh, okay.
It'll kind of like maneuver some things and eventually as I said, this entire room was surrounded by kind of like tubes and stuff of like various experiments in various states, and it'll kind of like maneuver some things, and it'll kind of almost crane-like device will kind of grab one of these tools and kind of pull it out, and basically kind of open it up with this kind of like probably like suspense liquid will kind of pour out as this pretty human-looking naked woman will kind of fall out. There are some various differences that look a little less human, but she's probably about like 6.5 foot tall, very well built, very beautiful.
That's taller than Talas, isn't it?
I don't know what Talas's tall height is.
6'5" is decently tall. Wow.
You'll notice that like some things that kind of like stand out are like her fingers end in actual like small claws, and she does have very like almost kind of like small fangs, which are kind of shown in her mouth, very kind of subtle ones, very predatory in a lot of ways. And yeah, other than that, looks fairly human. The woman will
I
kind of
guess
like
for the
start like kind of like get up and kind of like kind of cough a little bit, and then kind of like look at her hands and be like, what?
Welcome back to the land of the living. I'm gonna reach in my bag.
I was just probably
And-
about to do the same thing. I was going to hand her some clothes.
Yeah. Since I don't need this anymore, these aren't probably.
Yeah,
gonna
I have
fit
my
you too
fine
well.
clothing. My fine
Good.
clothing too. I was going to do the same thing.
She's actually gonna kind of take one of her hands and like poke it with the other one, and like like a little bit of blood will come out and be like, ah. Be careful, your fluid isn't as easily replaced as normal blood. As she kind of looks at it, it takes a little longer for you to heal with your body, but it's a little bit more durable than your average organic structure.
Are you okay, Talk?
Talk. Yes, that's my name. Yes. I'm sorry. You helped me. Yes?
Yes.
Something like that.
I'm sorry, everything's a little fuzzy. I guess what we did was successful. I am squishy again.
You're
Yep.
also female.
Really? Getting the frog on that work?
She'll kind of like look down and then think about it. I don't remember what I was. If you are implying there's a difference.
Don't worry
Um,
about it.
I'm sorry, but the old memories before I was in the metallic body are even cloudier than they were before. Like a dream almost. I have pictures of something. I had someone I was in love with. More. I know I outlived them. I know I had children. But was I the husband, the wife, or something else? I don't know anymore. I only remember the metallic shell and aspects of it. I'm afraid it's because a secondary transfer was a little difficult. You may be able to recover some of those memories. I'm sure even with age they were a little bit broken. The soul transfers to the metallic shell wasn't as effective as I had implied before. Some damage to memories would exist. Not that it couldn't be recovered, especially now that there is components that I've been able to add in there too. The organic and metallic components of your body are much more akin to merge together. They are much more well built together. Something that will be maintained for quite some time at this rate, but it will eventually degenerate, and eventually you will face a death when the metallic components and the organic components reject each other effectively. That's the only problem with this version of the body. It eventually will happen. I haven't been able to overcome that completely. Perhaps in a millennia you can come and get a checkup. If not before then, I would allow for more checkups. There was a job with the lot of them that you're going to be coming back in about 40 years for, so please make sure they can inform you all about it once your mind is a little bit more settled in. But I'm sure as a fellow of our great civilization who understands the greatness of science, that was a great volunteer for my early programs, that you will be willing to commit to another experiment such as great as this. Sure. Yes,
Let's get you home where you can rest a little.
yes.
Maybe also being around familiar surroundings might bring back some of your memories.
Perhaps. Is there anything else that you require of me right now? This has been a wonderful experiment. I've learned so much.
No, I think you've enough.
Actually, I have one question for you. The
Please.
flying machines.
Ah, yes. What about them? Which
They've
version of them?
interface. I'll describe what.
Ah, the Dragonfly Mark 1. Well, it could be Mark 3 at most. I believe that was the current model. Where are you accessing it from? Is it city-to-city travel or within city?
I'm guessing
Within
within
city.
city.
Probably Mark 1 or Mark 2 then. Mark 3 was much more for long-distance travel. But what about it? An interface, you say?
Yes, when I interfaced with it, it was a bit difficult disengaging from the system. Do you have any tips?
Ah, you're not familiar with the machine soul, are you? I forgot you're outsiders. Outsiders! Oh, wonderful, I can educate something of you. Well, there's a couple of ways we can mitigate your problems. Granted, speaking with enough thought and mind power, or perhaps a little bit of magic, you might be able to unconnect the interface more directly. But I could give you something that would mitigate it. A small implant. You wouldn't have to worry about it then. A direct
a good idea.
interpretation.
Turn you
Otherwise,
into a girl too.
it just is something that a lot of our people kind of understood. Being around so many of the machine spirits as we are and our own divine energies allowed us to interface a lot more directly with it. Myself, in my current form, I wouldn't have as much of a trouble. I would subsume the machine spirit that exists within that creature. It is a lesser spirit than the ones of our guardians that we have all around.
Well,
Like
thank
man
you for
akin
the
to bug.
insight.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not getting an implant just to fly one of these for a short time.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, I think.
Yes, a pleasure meeting you.
Wish you luck in your endeavors.
Of course. Of course.
We'll try and come back if we can.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. So, you'll be able to leave the lab and head up once more to the surface. Switch back over here because you're going to be in a nice area away from the horrifics of underground. And actually, I forgot I could probably switch back to Sky City. And activate. Very nice, much better picture here. There we go. Much nicer there to see that than the battle map the entire time. Okay. You can get Talk to the inn. And as I said, Talk is going to be able to rest up the evening. Certainly speaking, it'll be kind of like that. As I said, it's Talk's memory, at least right now, for the foreseeable future, will definitely be of like shadows of it. Like you're seeing something that did exist and you do remember it, but it's just like out of sight of what really was happening in that. It's like aspects of the memory. Again, Talk is also thousands upon thousands of years old, and will those memories ever be recoverable? That's a hard thing to say.
Well, hopefully, being in their old surroundings, it might help a little bit.
As Talk said, they can't remember when they were alive what they were either. They could have been a woman.
Yeah. I mean, we were just assuming that.
Well,
Yeah.
he referred to himself as T, I think, at one point. Or
It does seem as though there was a more referral to that, but it also could have been like, it tends to be that like the machines all seem to have like random pronouns they use, kind of like that. Though most of them it's more like, and they'll change it in their language a lot, I'll say. They like kind of like, and also probably it's bad translation, I think is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
there is not like a he, him in the language per se. It's just one kind of like referral thing, There's not a gendered referral in the language of the sky people here. So the robots just kind of, when they translate to the common, kind of give you one randomly, I'm going to say. That's what it is saying. So whether or no that's the same for Talk or not, it's hard to say.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Okay, so what's the plan now? Are we just going to... you can get the rest, recover yourselves, and be ready for heading to town with them. So,
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
it.
Do you?
yeah, we'll explain. We'll explain Talk obviously as well.
Do I need to memorize fly, or are we trying to squeeze?
You might need fly. Because squeezing would probably offer more complications, and there's only one strap. And remember, it is a check for us to not, get brain damage when we're riding.
it isn't like a super smooth, it's another thing that, you assume if you had a lot of time to practice, you might be able to smooth out the ride too, kind of thing, I would say,
Yeah.
But, that was your first time flying, and you're not going to fly very much, so unless you're spending a lot of hours, integrating and learning how to fly with a giant insect body, you're not going to probably do it very well.
We will need to make this a quick one, because fly only lasts 5 minutes.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, unless I can't cast it at 7th, which is then an hour.
Oh, I thought the base was an hour. Jeez.
Yeah, no, range touch, one creature, 5 minutes. Target can soar through the air, gaining a fly speed equal to its speed, or 20 feet, whichever is greater.
I assume from where you are, you, certainly speaking, could spend 5 minutes to fly over there. That probably wouldn't be impossible, because, let's see here, you triple move, that's
90 feet.
90 feet, 10 rounds, times 5, that's 50 rounds of 90, that's not that far.
You have a movement speed of 30?
Oh,
I have a
wait,
movement
no.
speed of 35.
25 is normal.
Oh, 35. He has 35. So actually,
I'm the fastest out of all of us.
70. So you can do 105 feet around.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question. I would probably actually have spent one of the days like looking around. Is there like a small luggage compartment?
No. Well,
Really?
yes and no.
I think this is like
This was
Just,
probably not meant to like transport like true luggage the same way. It was meant to like.
I mean, like a suitcase was what I was thinking.
yeah,
you know.
nothing the size of a suitcase. If you wanted a small compartment, snack compartment.
Oh my gosh, we can clear out the snack compartment. Oh yeah, that's where I'm gonna be
Where's the peanuts?
holding up.
Either that or you go in your bag of holding.
No,
You
that only has like 10 minutes of oxygen. So
Well, we're trying to make a 5-minute flight, so.
You could probably fly there from here. You're less than a mile away, and I looked at it. If Calder was flying, Calder could fly about a mile with their speed. 105 per round, 50 rounds is 5,250, which is 30 feet short of a mile. You could make it to the tower if you wanted to. The city's big, but not that big. So I just wanted to make some
Just means
calculations.
No
So-
dicking around, straight flight
Yeah.
there, and
Oh.
landing right away.
Well, Calder would have to fly right there, basically. You know, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, it's not long. You could probably make the you've been before Calder. You could probably make the distance to the tower, where you know, like the kind of like there is this like where the entrance on the side of the tower. It's like halfway up the tower, and there's like this intricate kind of like area that comes off the side of it that you've certainly all seen when looking around. It stands out on the one side, so you know where you're supposed to land. Honestly speaking. But like getting there when it's halfway up this massive tower was the hard part. So that's what you have to fly to.
Yeah, I can do that.
how far away did you say it was?
I don't know because I haven't really like written down
Said about
exact
a mile.
size. I'm saying the distance you can make with the fly spell is about a mile, and I'm like, it's within a mile. It's probably a lot less than that. The city's big, but not that big.
Well, when we're about ready to leave, I will cast it on him and then merge with the machine.
Okay. Alright.
So,
I'm assuming, Calder,
There you
you're just
go.
gonna start flying to where and wait for them there at least, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, they will still like if you get a head start.
I mean, okay. I mean, I just looked it up. According to the rules, it's 250 feet per minute, and that's basic. That's a fifth of a mile. A little bit more than that, but
Well, it's like that's what I was saying. Like a mile in 5 minutes. You know, that's.
well, no. I'm saying in like I multiplied. It's 250 feet per minute times 5 is 1,250 feet, and a mile
Wait,
is
oh, yeah.
5,000.
Why would it be? Why would it be 250 feet per minute?
That's for a travel speed. That's a travel speed of. Oh, right. You can double that by hustling. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, we can probably triple that because we're hustling over 5 minutes. You know, so that's why I'm like, you could just triple movement.
And
for
remember,
5
travel
minutes.
speed is more for the group moving. I, as an individual, my own stuff and not carrying like luggage.
All right. It's you with.
Is it a
350.
two-person seat in the back or a one-person seat?
One person seat.
Yeah, one
I mean,
pilot
you-
and one passenger is what it's supposed to be.
It's not that you probably couldn't squeeze people in the seat, but you probably couldn't strap in if you squeeze someone in the seat then.
Oh yeah, triple speed. You can go a mile. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Because
Yeah.
we would still have someone who's not strapped in.
I mean, 2 people.
Well, you
Well,
technically have a
if you
weasel and a
go-
snack tray.
Well, if you go into a stack tray, you're fine.
I'm sorry, a ferret and a snacks storage.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking something else. Okay.
And then,
But,
like, what?
we
Talas
have
might try to
Doc
stand
and
around.
Talas.
We got
Unless-
rope.
So try strap
Sorry.
Allison as best you can. Look, if you want, I will need 2 checks from people. I'll need a check from Ixbanor and Talas, then we'll say, because Talk probably would scrap themselves down. They're still getting used to, their new body. Probably not gonna.
Yeah, we'd strap Talk. We wouldn't. We're not monsters.
Mm-hmm. Which she grabbed a bunch of stuff from her house. She basically got together a bunch of stuff. Found basically an outfit that was in the hotel, probably left over from one of her various relatives that lived there.
I was just saying, Talas, quick, sit on the snack tray to keep Ixbanor.
Like it's a little snack thing, So
I know,
Ixbanor is like
joking.
in the snack compartment, like kind of holding on, getting your arms out to the very edges of it as you're kind of like moving around. You're like, oh god, this is still unpleasant, but you're doing fine. I need a.
Told you should have just popped it in your bag.
Again, that has oxygen limits.
Yeah,
I'll need
but
to check
we're gonna
from
be in there in
Talas,
like 5 minutes, so.
Talas is gonna do a decent job of like getting it. It's a little rough, but not too bad. But basically, the group of you, as like Calder, you fly off ahead and kind of like wait for them. What you'll see is an area where, landing here, you can see that there is about half a dozen similar cylinders to the one that you have that seem to be just parked up here in this area, in kind of areas that they kind of almost settle into. Similar like that settled into the area that would sink down in the area where like the little water would go over top of it, that kind of pond. Except these don't sink down; they're just kind of lying in that kind of area where they would kind of fit into. You can see there's a couple of gardener robots working on a little bit of like flowers at the edge here. As this kind of has this kind of grand almost entryway with these kind of devices to either side and this massive gate that spans up maybe perhaps 30 feet at the far end of here, leading into the tower itself. This kind of grand entryway into this area of the structure.
So, weren't we going to try and get Talk to basically apply for eldership or whatever?
Talk will
would that
be
be
like,
done at the...
I took care of what needed to be.
Oh, okay.
As I said,
I was wondering if we
I
do that
had
at, like, the
permission
base
to
or
enter here formally. I was able to find an old card and overwrite it. It's a little easier with a body.
So we don't need to worry about the first one. We can go straight to the second.
Well, I
tower.
can theoretically get us in the big gates that we will approach. That will mean we'll have permission to enter the structure. But once we are in there, I'm afraid I can help a little bit, but similar to how my memories are fuzzy, I do know my time arriving here was on the back end of my life. Though that exists,
Okay.
more important memories are stronger. Things like knowing I had a family and such. This is there, but if I had more time, perhaps I could remember more, but...
I just want to know if we're going to the top tower or the bottom tower, or of the two halves.
We would be landing where the top part
The
would
middle.
be, yes?
Yeah, the middle one. Okay.
You didn't have to
That's
fly to
basically
the
just wanna
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't know if, like, she had to, like, register or something. You know?
No.
So we can go straight to the elder section. Okay.
As someone that is a part of the city, I am remembering more of how our magics work. It's more instinctual in lots of ways. We were more merged with much of this. It was meant to work with us, a gift from our creator. An extension of our
Okay.
bodies in many ways.
Okay. Well, when we get there, we'll have to do some research on
Um,
this ritual.
Mhm.
And then after that, we'll hopefully be able to get to the top, the sun part.
You'll be able to land and find a spot that kind of looks like your dragonfly would fit into. As I said, there's like 6 others here, but there's probably space for like a dozen of these dragonflies up here. You assume that the cylinders that are all here are more of them, because they look exactly the same as the one that you're using there. There does seem to be slight differences in a few of them, but you can chalk that up to, you heard that there was like a number of versions of them. So maybe some of these are the first version, or you don't know if you've got Mark 1 or Mark 2 or, something like that. So, but different versions that do exist here.
We could have just flown over here and grabbed one. We didn't have to fight those. We didn't have to talk some guards out, like glancing overhead to talk. We didn't have to talk some guards into giving us some.
If you got into a bit of combat, I assumed you might need it to at some point in time. I'm not going to lie. I was worried that perhaps once we get here, we might need to engage in some. I think I can get open the door, but that doesn't mean I'll necessarily recognize the way I want to. I was dead for a few thousands of years,
Yes.
Just a few.
Okay.
Well, I have spells prepared. Especially based on our last fight, I changed a few things.
So yeah, Calder, you'll arrive a little before them, but not a lot. It'll take them as you fly off right away. Umbrin's got to interface and get everything set up, so that'll take a little. It's not super slow, but not super fast either. So you get your head start, you'll get there, and a couple minutes later they'll land and kind of disengage and get out there. Hey, Umbrin.
Oh, good. You didn't get shot down.
I still will need a will save.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully I can actually roll decent on this.
You don't have a brain hemorrhage. Congratulations.
Yay! I'm getting used to it.
Mm-hmm. It's still horrifically unpleasant.
Yes.
Because again, you're not used to it in a way, so you're still forcefully ripping your mind from another. So it's kind of it is very unpleasant. Granted, the mind you're ripping it from is like an insect's basically, so it's not that difficult in a lot of ways. You'd assume if you had to merge this with one of the actual minds of one of these constructs, it probably would be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I described before, you're kind of in a landing area for these with the kind of walkway, kind of a large walkway in the middle. This entire area is perhaps 60 feet across and maybe 100 feet long. It is a massive structure that kind of leads into the building itself, with its 30-foot tall, 20-foot wide doors that are adorned with this black stone and gold metal, and have all these kind of intricate details that look as though they are composed of burning flame expending out, the gold representing the fire that are kind of emerging from the black stone.
Fun.
Gardeners are ignoring you.
Yay.
Oh, that's good.
They're tending to some flowers that are kind of at the edge of this, that you kind of see nice here.
How do they get supplies up here? They obviously will need fertilizer and stuff at some point.
There are some kinds of the construct beings that fly about. We just haven't seen many of them, as they tend to have certain jobs and businesses. Perhaps some of them are less active nowadays, or maybe it's called upon. With network down, I'm unsure.
Some might be in disrepair.
True. An area like here, they might be able to access certain things, but another question
Closer
too.
to network.
Well, the core of the network, the device that was created, is housed in the great sun above. Similar to
Maybe we
speaking.
can try and take a look and. Maybe we can try and take a look and see if we can fix that before we leave.
There is
Doubt it,
no
but
way.
it's worth a shot.
Unfortunately, that wasn't necessarily my expertise. I do have some abilities which may be of assistance in the future, but I am remembering them. Well, allow me to lead us inside. She'll saunter forward and pull out a card that seems to be there, and she'll kind of hold it up towards the door. As you'll see, the fire, the metal fire on the door will actually kind of shift and move and it looks as though the door itself will have these two great eyes, similar to the eyes on the machines that you see, except they are probably like 10 feet across almost. So they're these massive eyes that will kind of look down and kind of light down, and then it'll kind of like look at the card.
What? Why do I suddenly feel like I dodged a bullet teleporting into that room?
As they will then kind of close up and return normal, and the doors will then swing open inside to a massive hall chamber. I'm just going to put you on this map because it's a nice map of a temple. Whether or not we use it for something more combative, we'll find out. There you go. It's just,
Why would we ever need to fight anything?
look, I just found this one and I liked it for its like aesthetic, that it feels like it's a lot of the blacks and golds that match the colors I like there. It was probably some whites and stuff too. Color palette
Everyone
kind of matches
loves
what I like.
us.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, a lovely Suspeku map.
you know, I'm just saying, they have some good maps.
No, it is a Suspeku map.
Yeah, some good
If
maps.
you want, I can give you the higher res version.
That,
Is this not the high res? Oh, okay. I'm scrolling in.
yeah, it might have the
Oh,
highest
no.
version. Yes.
I still haven't
It's not
started getting their stuff, but I've been tempted.
Mhm.
I subscribed to them for a few months, but then I'm like, you know what? This is very expensive. I'll come back a bit later when I have more
Yeah.
money.
That's fair.
But I downloaded all the maps they had in the meantime.
Well, you get a chunk of them, and you get more later. That is unfortunately a lot of things
Well,
that happen. You know, you
Yeah,
want more.
basically, when you subscribe, you get access to the full backlog.
Mhm.
But you basically need to continue subscribing to get the new stuff. So in theory, you could like subscribe once a month for a month, and just download stuff like once a month for a year, and you can download all their stuff like periodically. So
Yeah, fair enough.
A vaulting hall that you'll kind of move into is the first place that you'll enter into. And you'll see that there are these grand statues that line this area of the hall. And it doesn't take you long to realize that these grand statues are in fact versions of those beings you fought on the roof, the gardeners that were also secured. But these ones are marked and kind of almost formed that they look like massive metal angels almost that seem to be guarding the way here. As they, you will notice heads will kind of watch as you move through, kind of turn and watch, as you are perhaps the first beings that have entered here in millennia.
Just don't get touched by an angel.
At the far end of the room will be another set of doors, slightly smaller, about half the size of the ones that led on the outside. As you approach them, they will once again, similar to before, open up for you, leading into a massive circular chamber with directions that seem to go out in all directions. There seems to be 8 cardinal directions of doors that seems to be here. So this was a pretty long hall that you assume meant the center of the building. But there's also a built-in spiral staircase that goes up many floors that seems to go off onto all these different halls and different areas, and goes up for probably about half a dozen floors, if not more. This is the core of the tower itself. Many of the areas here are where old relics and places are kept. Sometimes meetings are held here, and there are places built for that in the various cardinal directions. If you are looking to go to the star above, the great sun, we're going to have to head up. It won't take us all the way up there at the top of it, but it will take us to the first place we'll need to get to if we're going to go up there. We're going to have to go to the Grand Chambers. The Grand Chambers function as both the entrance to the sun and to where the council itself meets. I can recall I went there once. Normally, it requires specific business to allow one to be in there. I don't think we'll have to worry about any sort of security guarding it, as I don't believe any of the elders would be there at this point in time, with the city abandoned. But we should be on guard.
And do you think that also would be where we would find the ritual, or do you think we might need to explore one of these other areas.
Yeah, we need to find a place to do research to find out a ritual.
The exact location would be hard to determine, as this place is one of the two storehouses of the knowledge of our civilization in many ways. As you can see, there are many places here. As I said, this functions as a combination library, museum, religious center, and perhaps place for like diplomacy and meetings. All the different floors and places have many uses and reflect the, well, thousands of years of civilization our people had built long before we took to the skies. Much of this is stuff that is kept not from the public for any nefarious reasons, but because it is information that is not needed on a general basis. Similar to where I could get permission to get in here. Scientists or researchers or archaeologists could get permission to check out the information here and gain access to it. But it does mean it's a maze. The aspect of the ritual also is something that I'm not sure of. We could start searching around, but that might take quite a while. The other option would be maybe there's a hint in the chambers themselves. I'm not sure. I don't remember enough of my time there, nor do I think I spent a lot of time there. My business here tended to be on more, I believe, academic.
I guess we could go to the chambers, see if we can find out anything there. If not, we can always backtrack and look.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, if the place is a maze and you know the way to the Elder Chambers, then yeah.
The way to the chambers should be fairly easy. Once we climb these spiral stairs up this center core, we'll reach about the halfway point. From there, we will have to enter the Ascension. That will require us to speak to the Keeper. The Keeper should allow us in, but once we reach the Ascension, it will be a little unusual. But I guess you'll understand when we get there.
All this is a little unusual to me, so...
Well, shall we go then? As I said, there's this kind of like internal spiral staircase that leads up to like... There's this like kind of core that's like a cylinder that's kind of open the entire area all the way up, so it's kind of like different floors that kind of go up, where there's kind of like that outer thing with the circle in the middle that leads to like more like eight directions and everywhere, you know, on all these floors. But eventually you can get to the very top, which Talk will kind of point you towards the area that would have been opposite where you entered on this top floor. Come with me. We'll Addressing the Keeper of the Ascension isn't necessarily difficult, but because you aren't of our kind, I think it is even more rare than perhaps my meeting that your kind would have even entered into the Ascension. You aren't built for it.
What do you mean? Why would we need to be built for it?
Built for it in what way?
I look like you, yes?
Yeah.
We, my people, perhaps didn't always look like this in many ways. When the world was created, as far as our legends go, there were many beings that could have minds that were created along with the world. The great creators, the sun and earth, the fire and ground, chose two to elevate to their kind. One a beast of the ground to serve the earth itself, and one a former beast of the sky to serve the sun. We lost our wings to gain our minds. In the Ascension, there's a magic there to allow us to regain our wings, at least temporarily. And similar to your magic to gain flight, should our bodies be affected by that, we sprout wings.
Oh yes, we wouldn't most likely not sprout wings. Maybe
Still, the magic is there in the Ascension to activate that, and it might function like your spell otherwise. I'm not sure. I know that there were others of your kind that had met with the elders in the past. Well, not your kind, I mean that, but others of not our species that had come here and addressed them, but it was very rare and not within my organic lifetime that I'm aware of when I had access to this building. So, might work. I do not know. If not, we'll have to figure something out.
also Calder is the most closest out of all of us to your kind.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll
Magics
work
might
on
have
him.
some kind of effect on him.
but the blood is very, very thin within Calder. I do believe, from what we've found out about, that perhaps one of my kin who stayed behind here and didn't leave with our great goddess ended up with one of your ancestors, Calder.
Out of Gamey Sprout's baby wings.
Honestly, for all I know, we could be related. But then again, we might not be.
Yeah.
You might be their great
Grandparent. Well, sorry, I can't remember if I was your grandfather or grandmother. Working on that.
I was gonna say he might be his great grandchild.
Yes. Anyway. But the Guardian will need some convincing from you. Do you have enough honeyed words, you think, to allow it to pass? It will need reason for you. For me, I can grant that I have returned after business, my academics. Again, I don't remember everything of what I was doing for study, but I could probably piece together enough to convince it. And if it remembers me, she'll kind of like look down at her, like kind of like look down, probably at her chest a little bit, at her arms, you know, kind of think like, not sure if it would remember me. Not sure how close my current body is to my old one either, since it seems as though my physicality was altered a little bit in the cycle of creating this body. I might not be close to myself. I may be more
Ixbanor would
akin
be the
to
one.
maybe akin to more my own child than I was, my own daughter. She's just gonna have like this look of like probably like a brief existential dread as like, am I my own daughter now?
I'm my own daughter.
Well, I mean, like it's like again,
Yeah.
it was this core of like genetic material that was basically used that you could probably assume probably didn't last as well as you want over thousands upon thousands of years that the soul was bound to the body with. That, yeah, probably didn't create a very good clone there. So it's like, am I my own daughter now? That's not a really good clone? I don't know.
Ixbanor has the sweetest words, I would say. I've talked to the goddess and she sent us on this mission. Maybe we can combine our efforts and...
A divine quest wouldn't be a bad one for other beings. It wasn't unheard of that kind outside of our own herd, the goddess. And certainly there were those in the other species that did worship fire. We gave thanks to Earth all the time, though it was less direct. Similar speaking, our cousins within the ground did the same. The twins that watched us all. You might be able to use that then, if you do have some form of divine pertinence.
Just to get into our operations, are we gonna run into this guy before we reach the place where we have to potentially fly up, or after?
Once we enter into here, we will approach to a chamber where we must speak with the Guardian. It is, in a lot of ways, the line of defense that we would have before reaching the upper reaches of the tower. In the upper reaches of the tower, there are personal chambers for many of the great elders. Some of them are repurposed, others are sealed off for those that are greatest, act as living mausoleums or libraries of their great works that they had. Also, some of the more dangerous things that exist for our religion are kept up there. Great artifacts that they've existed. Whether or not they're still there is also another question, and I would request that if they are there, it's probably best left that they remain. Bastions of power like that shouldn't be used as much. I know that the goddesses quest you with finding a divine heart, but I would rather not great destruction be wrought with it.
Understood.
If they still exist.
Honestly, we only need what we came for, so we don't need to take everything we find.
Yes.
Yeah.
The upper tower is that way.
Looking at Calder.
I make no promises.
Once we reach the summit chambers, that is where the grand chambers are, at the top of the ascent. That's what we'll be heading to then. So it is a fairly straight shot from here. Again, if you're unaware where to go, certainly speaking, there are so many. As you're still in the big, first vaulting chamber, she'll kind of point off. There are many chambers to go to, and you could easily get lost.
Yes. Well, let's start with the main area, see if we can find what we need there, or find a clue of where we need to go, instead of just walking around aimlessly.
Alright. She'll lead you into kind of back area of the tower where there is another vaulted cylinder-shaped room. But this one is far smaller than the one that you were in before. While the one was this kind of core of the tower, this one feels like it's almost as the back end of the tower, and you can kind of see that the cylinder itself is not quite a perfect cylinder. It's almost a little bit oblong because it actually kind of hits the outside wall of the tower on the one side, where you can see there's these kind of windows that lead onto the outside world. So it's kind of like this partial cylinder that kind of has... The cylinder is kind of merging with the outside wall to a degree, so it does make it a little oblong. There is a kind of simple spiral staircase in the center of this one that leads up to a floor above, where there's kind of like a kind of almost very loose structure of walkways above that you can see are kind of like got like railings and stuff, where you can kind of look down on this lower chamber here, where the sides of the chamber are surrounded by kind of statues that appear of various fire-based angels and creatures. One of the things is this kind of very powerful dragon. Another one is this kind of more like traditional angelic figure. Another figure is of this kind of strange a hawk-headed creature, humanoid, kind of like almost like a cross between an angel and a hawk. But in the center of this room is something that has its head and body vault up almost to the walkways above this massive kind of almost like metallic draconic humanoid creature. So it almost looks like a cross between a dragon and a man, except it is entirely mechanical. A construct, except gargantuan sized. As it kind of it just sits there with its arms crossed, as it kind of says, "Approach and state thy business, small one." Talk will kind of move up, and in the language, she'll basically translate for you at this point in time what it says, and she'll be approach, and basically like, "I'm Elise Talk, grand worker of the city, seeker of knowledge and understander of many things. I have previously met with the great elders, and in this case, I am both continuing some of my research from old days, but also accompanying these great outsiders who come on a divine mission. I will allow them to explain themselves to you, if you can understand their words." "Let them speak." You just speak, it should be able to understand you. Present your case to it.
Hi.
we're here on a mission to save a large group of people.
That is no concern of mine. You would enter into an area of holy divinance, an area that I have been tasked with guarding to the end of time. Only great angels and those that are allowed access. Your small accompaniment, their soul has been here before, though there's something odd about them. Still, I sense no malevolence from them, and none from you, or I would crush you where you stand, small being. But nonetheless, just saying you have divine competence is nothing. Why do you seek the above? I am your final judgment here. I could crush you out into dust.
I have no doubt. I personally had a divine vision from the goddess. She sent me here. She sent us here so we can have a chance to save our people.
Many of my brethren do not know the truth of the matter, but I am one of the few that understands the grand war that was welt against our cousins, and even came to many of our own more grounded brethren. The death you brought upon us, your kind. Granted, time has passed. Perhaps you have learned your lessons, perhaps you have not. But why would she give countenance to you? Why would she give mercy, even in these long days? We are beyond this realm, a shadow of a great goddess, left behind to guard what remains of her knowledge. Why would she reach back here to save just you lot?
I believe partly because the threat our people have has a tie to the earth.
So,
Question. Do you have a name? I just thought pleasantries would be. I'm Ixbanor. This is Umbrin, and this is Calder.
in this form, I take no
so-
name.
Okay, so it's pleasantry, pleasant.
I understand you wish to be pleasant with me. But to understand me, I am more than the divine sparks in the metallic bodies before. This shell that I was granted is something more, built by spirit, God, and man. A form that is much more fitting. Similar to the great statues here, I was once a divine being, but I allowed myself to be in this form, to much more connect up with your mortal realm, and to guard this place. I would see it destroyed and rendered long before those that would abuse it would grant it. So, though my form before had a name, this one does not.
I see.
I am merely the guard.
I'll let you continue, unless you want me to step in for.
But
I
no.
believe because
Yes.
the threat comes from the spark of the earth. She is being benevolent to us and allowing us to use a spark of hers to save our people, to get them out of this realm.
The spark of earth that remains. Of what nature is it?
It is being wielded by a man of some sort.
No, you do not understand my words. What nature is it?
Anger, hate,
Prick.
Yes.
revenge.
It is a spark left over from the anger that was brought apart by the great betrayals that happened so long ago.
Correct.
While my mistress, my creator, is in many ways more benevolent, she too feels the same great anger, hatred, and such. But Perhaps because we always were a little bit more detached. She too is a little bit more forgiving. The sun, as much as many of your kin would love to reach for it, you did not have the wings to fly. You did not have the spark to reach the skies the same way that we did. We were not threatened the same way as those of the ground. I can see why she reached out to you. Your words ring true. If you had deceived me, I would have crushed you to dust. I can sense such things. But you do speak words. And you... Well, things are always up to interpretation. And though you may speak words true, whether or not they are true is another thing. But I can see that these are all truths you speak. Things that are true. A fragment of hatred from our other side has come about. I do not think any of my reciprocals remain on this realm. While our people abandoned it, we left something behind. Perhaps this is one of the few times that it was used for. My purpose here, allowing you to do this. All right, you may go. Guide them, small creature of our kind. Make sure they use what they find wisely. If you are to leave this realm, this may be the last time any of your kind would even possibly approach you. Should you find our mistress, perhaps you can call for us. Have her call. If our job is done, we would abandon this place. See it sink beneath the waves.
I will do what I can.
Seems a great turning point in this world happens again. There have been so many. A change in time. Good luck to you, small creatures. It's not my stint, not my job to assist you. But I can respect the heroics in your soul.
Thank you.
Know that there will be one more thing you must pass. I warn you because, though I am benevolent, what comes next may not. Alatar waits above.
If I may be so bold to ask one other thing. We are aware there is a ritual we need to perform. To summon an angel. Could you tell us where we could find the information on it?
Is there a library or something?
This thing, you get a feeling that, like, it might be smiling at you. But, you know, it doesn't have a face the same way. Again, it's just, it does have this kind of, like, metallic dragon face that, you know, doesn't show emotions the same way. It'd be like, meet with Alatar. They can either reveal the way or point you in the right direction should you pass their test. Whatever it may be. I know not what they will seek of you.
Thank you for your assistance.
Good luck. And may the sun and the earth guide you to the future.
I will give a small bow and continue on our way.
I'll be like, that went a lot better than I thought it would go.
Yeah, same.
Agreed.
I didn't remember about the entire could tell when things were lying stuff. Sorry about that. I don't think anybody I knew ever tried to lie to it.
That is fine. I was not looking to try to deceive this creature, so...
The name Alatar is familiar. I hear about it.
How do you spell that?
I put that into chat.
Okay, I spelled it right. I was wondering if it was an Alutar or Alatar.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm not surprising a divine creature like like this one could sense lies.
Why do I have a small feeling that this is going to be the angel we need, but then we're going to have to do something to please it, and that's going to be the ritual?
Could
That's my guess.
We're going to go a little bit longer here because I'm going to get you to the chamber, basically. So it's going to be like 5-10 more minutes. Just going to tell you now that because we're almost done here. You'll be led to the central chamber. The, God, brain fart, what I was calling it, the Ascension. Sorry. The word Ascension lost my mind for just a second there, you know. That happens.
it happens.
So, as you enter the Ascension, you still talk kind of like, almost kind of like spread her like arms out as, you know, these massive white feathery wings will sprout from her back as she'll kind of hold it out and be like, I can feel it. Magic, the gift here. I may ascend once more. The sky, like my ancestors were. They give me gifts. Well, not all of my soul, body may be mortal. There may be more than just flesh on my bones. I can still feel their gifts to me. The sun still looks down upon me.
Hey, Calder, do you feel anything?
No, I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Calder. Grab my hands.
Sure.
There's magic all
grab my
around.
hand.
You can feel it. Close your eyes. You feel the magic. You understand the magic. It is all around. It feels through us. Can you feel my energy flowing through you? Perhaps you can grab something, a spark left in your path. Okay, roll me fortitude? Sure, fortitude. Let's call this a fortitude check.
I'm gonna die.
28 is great. I wanted you to roll high. So, giant white wings will sprout from Calder's back.
Oh, yeah, where?
This day just keeps getting weirder.
Nice.
Ah. It seems as though our side is at least strong enough to manifest this, though I think outside of here, the normal magic probably wouldn't have called upon this. This is a font of almost divinity here. As you see above, light from the great sun above is coming straight down to here. It's almost channeling a divine energy. It's probably the easiest place to bring out the blood. But maybe there's some hope for you yet.
Is this gonna be permanent?
Well, no. Though, I don't know if the effects of flying magic will bring this about in the future. Now that we've done it once. But if you don't use flying magic on you, it should be fine. They will dissipate once we leave here.
Cast fly on him as much as I got it.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Weird.
What is this chamber like? Is it
This would be above that original kind of cylinder. So this is again another cylinder, but much thinner in the center of the entire tower. That kind of goes straight up all the way to kind of where the you can kind of see almost like a glass ceiling is above. That's kind of a little bit opaque, but you can see like light coming down through there, basically. So you can't really see what's above the glass, but this seems to go all the way up towards, at very least, you assume the light that's coming up from above, because it's very intense, is the big old, you know, sky star. Sky star.
Yeah.
Once we reach the
I
top
had
floor,
to-
we merely have to move around to the central chambers above us.
So how tall is this?
So, I would say, let's say like another 100 feet up.
Do we have enough rope, people?
Hold on, let me check.
I think I still have rope.
I still got like 50 feet.
I may
got
perhaps
50
be able to carry
Yeah, I got 50
one
feet.
of you.
You're looking at me. Probably.
No, well, one of them. You're very tiny and don't weigh anything.
Oh, yeah.
I am, though getting used to it, much stronger than I used to be.
Oh, that's good.
Partial metal body and all.
You know what? I'm going to try to close my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking there might be a slight chance with have touching the divine and having not as much as Calder.
Yeah.
You know.
Talk said
biologically
that
to this
it might
people.
work as a normal fly spell for other people. Why don't you make me
So-
a religion check?
Sure.
We'll call this a
Let's
religion
see
check to
if
see how well like you can
this works.
understand the energies here and tap into it a little bit.
Can't do
we're
much
going-
better than that.
Oh, it did pop up.
Yeah, I got 36.
It's not
weird,
popping
yeah,
up.
I
I'm
for
rolled a
me.
19.
That is weird. That's not popping up for me.
I assume his local thing isn't connecting properly.
Uh,
Probably pop up eventually.
yeah. Try making another check and just see if it forces it. We'll do the first one, you know.
Sure.
Weird. Or anyway,
I could.
it's fine.
Get a
you'll
screenshot
start
and show
floating.
you.
You'll start floating. Oh, hey,
Yeah,
worms.
I just
showing up.
want I just did that to test.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine showed up as white for some reason instead
Oh.
of the beige. That's weird.
Huh.
Oh wait, did you click on self roll on accident?
I just clicked
The-
on the religion roll. I didn't
Well,
click
yeah,
s-
but in the chat there's like a
Oh
there's like
shit! Yeah, I must have
Yeah.
accidentally hit self roll at one point.
I think you can reveal messages though that you do like for self roll, can't you, or something like that? I can't remember how to do
See,
that.
pop out. Reveal to everyone.
Yep, there you go.
oh there it
you go.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Aha!
Aha! Reveal to everyone. Cool.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, that's fine. We had to figure it out there. I was
No,
going to
really-
go with it, but it's nice for it to pop up in chat. Then I was just gonna go for it. So okay, cool. All right, yes, you'll start floating off the ground. You've managed to tap into the energies here, and you can kind of feel like it feels a little like the fly spell because you cast on yourself before, but it feels a little like odd still too because like you're not probably like fully attuned with this all, but your mastery of spirits and your like knowledge of the divine, you kind of tapped into some divine before, has allowed you to kind of like piggyback on the divine energy here a little bit. So sort of like you'll fly up, but you'll kind of like, it's that kind of thing of like, instead of flying straight, your body's kind of like on its side and flying up, or something like that, So it's like you're a little askewed from everything. It's like
Yeah,
you
it's
see like
fine.
Umbrin maybe turn around once while still flying up. He's like, this doesn't work quite right, but it's still working. Don't worry about it.
Well, then we just have to worry about Talas.
It's just so Talk's just gonna like
Toxin.
underarm Talas, the potato sack Talas, and just fly up with it. This is embarrassing.
I guess Ixbanor could ride Calder.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
whoever.
Well,
Flying.
I'm flying oddly. You might want to go on Calder.
Fair.
You can see that there are a lot of like side areas where you could probably fly off into, most likely various chambers and places as talked about like the things that were up here, more personal places for some of the elders, areas that might have held like, this great elder's chambers from before, artifacts that are hidden here, things that are a lot more probably higher end. And certainly speaking, you are levels away from the public. Already you were levels away from the public in the lower parts of this upper tower, but like at very least you got the feeling in the chambers below, people probably still showed up in, daily, a lot more. This feels like outside where people show up. This is like almost like abandoned in many ways. This is like quiet, but eventually be able to reach the top and kind of find it kind of standing there. And you'll kind of see that it kind of like leads out to the side and kind of winds on these, like either side of this chamber has a passageway that kind of goes to the edge of the tower and then splits off going left and right, winding up. So there's kind of almost 4 ways that lead up to the room above. You can easily take one of them and head to the grand central chambers, where we'll leave off as sitting in the center of it is lounging around a massive crimson dragon.
The same one we saw outside?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Right in the middle of the chamber. Kind of a little to the side, so that light still shines down into the thing below.
Quickly hit it with a lightning bolt. Okay.
But we'll
Well-
keep it there.
I don't know if lightning's going to be specifically damaging on this.
I-
It's an angelic being.
Yeah, got it.
It's a divine dragon. So, yes, it probably has more abilities than just a normal dragon of its type. Probably. But yeah, we'll leave things there, where you've managed to get to the top to meet a nice individual who will totally be happy you're here. Anyway.
Oh yeah, he was so happy we were in the city in general.
Yeah.
I mean, before it just seemed more curious rather than straight up hostile.
But, yeah.
Disapproving might be a better way of putting it, actually.
Yeah.
Disapproving.
It
is a
wasn't
very
like-
good word.
Yeah, it wasn't hostile. It was just like, what are you freaking doing here?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I guess we'll turn over to our normal thing of, unless anybody else has anything extra, we'll turn over to Wyrm to give his shout out as we'll kind of end for this day. Not gout out.
I'm Diamond Wyrm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWyrm or @DiamondWyrm on Twitter and Blue Sky, and DiamondWyrm9234 on YouTube. Next stream should be Friday, where we should be playing more Grounded, unless Peak has all the juicy stuff we want. We're gonna check beforehand.
Find it. Hi. As I said earlier, Dance Average can win. This is my channel you're on. I hope you've enjoyed it here. Make sure to check out my stuff for schedule. I got my tabletop stuff. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back Friday. I'm back most days of the week, except for Mondays and Sundays. So you can usually check out something I'm doing on one of those days. Of course, you should always remember, be back every Wednesday for a new episode of this. It's really great. We're towards the back end of the show. I'll probably find something to replace at some point in time. I have to still figure that out. Oh God, we're at the back end. I have to figure out the replacement. I've been working on other stuff, but I haven't thought of a replacement for this one. And I haven't really finished getting rid of the other stuff together. I'll work on that. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed joining it. Make sure to check out my social media links down below in the various places. And yeah, come join us again. Anyway, have a good rest of your week. And until the next time you join us, I'll say to all of you out there, farewell.